I probably should have rolled my cancer stick before I started the show. This is the show. Hi,
everybody.
This is gonna be a fucking rough one. This is Monkey in the Morning. I'm Monk. He's Jack. Say hi, Jack.
Hi, everybody.
Jack, how you doing today, man?
I've had better days.
Personally, how are you doing?
Personally, I'm doing okay. My foot's all jacked up. I got a couple broken toes.
Oh, physically, I'm in a lot of fucking pain. My neighbor stopped over yesterday, and he wanted to know who we got our dumpster through, because we live in the middle of nowhere, so we either have to pay somebody a lot of money for a tiny trash can or for a little dumpster, so we get the little dumpster.
Yeah.
And we're like, well, why? What you need? He had a freezer go out, and he needed somewhere to throw away all of the meat. He apparently collects meat.
That sucks. Is it human meat?
No, I didn't look.
Oh. Yeah, I wouldn't either. You don't want to be next.
But I told him, we'll take care of it. We got room in our dumpster. We never fill it all the way because they dump it once a week. And I'm like, no, I'll take care of it. And he goes, oh, the bag's really heavy. I'm like, no problem.
It screams occasionally. It goes.
There had to be 80 pounds of meat in this trash bag.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And that motherfucker was heavy. And I've been paying for it ever since.
Well, whose fault is that?
But he is a really nice guy. He used to, he's 80 now, but when he was younger than when we first moved here, he used to plow our driveway for us all the time, free.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Who just donated to say that? I got to refresh this so I can see it. You sound like my daughter. Jack already knows what that means.
Yeah.
Load up, goddammit. Thank you so much, Charlie. Really? Thank you, Ghost of Charlie, who says, were you fucking napping? No, I actually was not.
All right. You know what? That was kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. That was
funny. Look, just because something tragic happened doesn't mean we're going to stop laughing around here. But yeah, I got a text from my daughter asking me if I was asleep when Charlie got shot. I was like, no, I was fucking awake.
See, even your daughter's with me on my theory that you sleep and kill people.
It is amazing how many times she's asked me that after bad shit has happened. Matt, thank you so much. I have to go. Night. Some of us have businesses to run. I'll be back for the restream in the AM half to Jack. Thank you so much, Matt. Have a good night and a good day at work tomorrow, my friend.
Thanks, Matt. Have a good night.
All right. Disclaimer time. I am nervous about doing this show. I don't get nervous about doing shows very often, but I cannot ever remember being in this frame of mind going into a show. I'm not going to pretend that I was a fan of Charlie Kirk. I wasn't. I made fun of the guy all the time. There were things that he said that I liked, and I would say that sometimes when we'd watch some of his clips, I'd be like, oh, he got this one right, or oh God, Charlie, please stop fucking talking. But I don't think Charlie ever said anything deserving of what happened to him today. Not even close to anything that deserved what happened today. I disagreed with him, so I made fun of him. That's the right way to handle things. And so I'm a very mean person, Jack. It's a side of myself I try to keep under wraps. And ever since Charlie got shot, and then especially after it was confirmed that he'd passed, there's been an anger in my chest, a vile monster that wants to come out and play. And I'm going to do my very best to keep him in check. If I just go quiet for a long while, it's because I've realized I can't, and I need to calm down a little bit, because I know I'm going to get angry as we talk about this. The anger is going to build as we keep going.
Yeah. Because
this is unacceptable, is not even close to the right word.
Yeah. You have rumble.
I have a couple. Thank you, out of BC. Plowing Monk's driveway. It does kind of sound like a euphemism, doesn't it? And thank you, Tall Person. I know you and a lot of people are angry. Today is National Hot Dog Day. Go grab some, get some ranch dressing, and prepare for tomorrow. R.I.P. Charlie Kirk. Indeed. I don't even know who to be angry at. I'm angry at so many people for so many reasons. We don't know who shot Charlie Kirk. I guess we should start there, right, Jack? This afternoon, Charlie Kirk was doing his normal thing that he does, the ask me anything kind of thing he does at colleges.
Mm-hmm.
And in the middle of one of the questions, a shot rings out, hits Charlie in the neck, and kills him. Before it's announced that he's died, there were plenty of shitbag lefties out there cheering it. And then after he died, there were even more shitbag lefties out there cheering it. I saw one person who said, he deserved this. He probably led to a whole bunch of trans kids killing themselves.
Oh,
probably. Yeah. I'm not going to watch any of those people on this stream tonight. I don't want to give them the satisfaction of getting the attention they want. See, that's one of those times. Bite your tongue, Frank. Let me just say, I hope very bad things happen to them. Not that anybody does it to them, that, I don't know, hypothetically, they trip, fall down the stairs, and become more crippled than I am.
I wish them to be all the Christopher Reeve late in life.
Looney Lenny, thank you so much. I know you aren't left or right, Monk. The left has gone too far. This was the last straw for many. Yeah, it was Sean, Actual Justice Warrior, who I think put it best. He was like, yeah, I get your anger and everything, guys. But think about how Charlie would have wanted this handled. Charlie was an anti-violence guy. There's actually a really heartbreaking clip that was going around earlier that it's Charlie talking to somebody, and they're asking, why do you do this? And he's like, because when you stop speaking, that's when the violence happens.
And that never ends well.
And it's hours later, he gets murdered.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Hang on, let me... thank you so much, Black Dynamite. Sad day indeed. Indeed.
Real quick. Thank you, Tall Person. Today is Blame It on the Large Hadron Collider Day. So obviously that was the shooter. Put out an APB on it. Well, look, the Hadron Collider is located where? France. And as I've said many times, you can't trust a Frenchie.
Thank you, Cult of Krill. If the left will kill who was basically the most milquetoast, you know what? I'm glad you said that, because I was gonna this was gonna be one of my points. Charlie was one of the most milquetoast motherfuckers out there.
Yeah, he is the definition of a moderate Republican.
But anyway, if the left is willing to kill somebody who was basically the most milquetoast golden retriever guy who was moderately right, who won't they kill? You know what's funny? Thank you, Cult of Krill, for that. I watched Asmongold talk about this, and he described him as far right. I'm like, Charlie, are you what?
He was an inoffensive milquetoast moderate.
Yeah.
People that called him far right have never met anyone on the far right. Like, you are delusionally like extremist communist if you think Charlie Kirk was hardcore right wing.
Yeah. Q, thank you. I've never understood the left's total revilement of Charlie Kirk. Whether you agreed with him or not, he was genuinely one of the most patient and respectful people I've ever seen in politics, particularly in the face of screaming harpies, just senseless. What they didn't like about Charlie Kirk is that he was effective.
That's why they had to shut him up.
Yep. And thank you, Snubber. He spoke at university a couple months ago. Also, Satsu wants an invite. Oh, Satsu, you know what? I will hit you up on. Do I have my Steam open?
I don't know. Probably not, because we haven't dropped yet.
that happens on my AT&T. On this, I'm usually fine.
He says it cuts out.
Hey, how dare you? All right, let me. Satsu, I'm going to send you a link over on whatever I just said. Steam. That's what it is. No, I need him to come on because I need to apologize to him for forgetting to call him back earlier. He called me right as me and my wife were getting to the store today. See, today should have been a good day. Today was my wife's birthday. We celebrated it on this past Saturday, but today was her actual birthday, and it was a good day. Marred by this shit.
It's been a pretty terrible day.
Yeah.
Thank you, Anna BC. Anyone Christian is far right to any leftist. If you disagree in any sense, you're far right. Yeah, it's an all or nothing cult-like mentality. If you're not with us, you're against us. It's a very dangerous way to look at the world.
Yeah. Over on the Streamlabs, thank you, Frank. Multiple, I think this says parts. Multiple parts. I felt the same anger you described for the last 24 hours. It started after seeing someone claim the Ukrainian girl dying was fake, set up to cause anti-black hate. I then looked for the uncut video to prove her wrong. What did they think was fake about it? I mean, it's clear as day. The dude stabs her in the neck.
Yeah.
I mean, most of the video is blurred for the actual violence. I don't know if I've seen, and I didn't go looking for it. Like I told you, we're not going to watch the video of Charlie getting shot. You can go find it if you want to. But I don't enjoy watching people die. And I've seen that video way too many times already. I watched it over and over again back before it was announced that he was dead, hoping beyond hope that I could see something that would give me reason to believe that this man was going to live. Because again, I wasn't a fan of Charlie, but I didn't hate the guy and want him dead.
No, that's a ridiculous way to go through life, wanting your political opponents to get killed. It's not healthy.
John Jones, thank you so much. I never want to hear a word from the left about political violence or January 6th ever again. I'm done. Oh, no, they already have an answer for this because that Minnesota politician most people have never heard of. Nobody said anything when she got killed, except a bunch of people did say stuff about it and how it was wrong, including this one guy's like, no Republican leader said anything. Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House, condemned it. But apparently that's not a Republican leader.
Well, these people don't actually listen to opposing voices, so they wouldn't know.
No. What's up, Satsu?
Nothing. Nothing is up, bro.
Bro, I'm so sorry I didn't call you back. After we got home, we got busy, and I didn't think about it until I was actually getting ready to go live. I'm like, shit, I need to call Satsu. Well, that's going to have to wait.
Yeah, this all kind of happened.
Don't worry about it. My mother has conditioned me to understand that I probably won't be called back.
That's
You've been my friend long enough that you could blame that on me, too. I'm just saying.
Well, you got a better track record than my mom.
Oh, damn.
Dude, every time, if my mom, like, if I get off the phone with my mom, she's like, hey, I'm going to call you right back. I'll be like, all right, I'll talk to you in a week. Because it is untrue every time, almost.
Look, if I tell you I'll call you right back, I've always called you right back. It's if I tell you I'll call you in a little while that it's an issue. Oh, because I forget.
Well, here's the thing. With my mom, she tells me she's going to call me back, and I just hang up and expect to talk to her in a few days. When you tell me you're going to call me back, if you don't call me back within an hour, then I'm like, all right, he's not going to call me back.
Lancelot, thank you. I think Alex Jones or The Blaze released the uncensored video of the stabbing. It was all over my timeline, which makes 2 deaths I've seen this week. Fuck. Yeah, I haven't actually seen the stabbing itself, but there's plenty there to know that she actually got stabbed.
Yeah, unfortunately, I saw that one too. Real quick, thank you, Dark Resurrect, for that feminist donation. As I have stated on Twitter, Charlie Kirk, by all accounts, could be considered a moderate, and they shot him. The people who wanted peaceful dialogue just saw the figurehead of their ideal be gunned down. They radicalized those who wanted peace. A lot of people are going to get radicalized from this. There were already a lot of people kind of on the edge, but I think there's a lot of people that are going to go overboard now.
Oh, I have no doubt. No doubt.
Well, yeah.
Hang on. Let me get a couple of these. You guys are so awesome. Let me Frank is finishing his thought from earlier about the girl from Ukraine and watching the videos. Thank you, Frank. The look on her face when she realized she's bleeding out crushed me. Then that nobody helping her. I sent the video that was uncut. She claimed it was to cause racism and hide Trump's chipocalypse. In the process, being she supported BLM. That's on her. Look, man, Frank, you were arguing with a retard.
Yeah, that person is mentally deficient in some regard.
Yeah. All right. Hang on, Scribbles. I'm getting you a link.
Well, they tried to push the whole. They were saying like it like the MAGA's jumping on the fact that and trying to make it a racial thing, and then you watch the video and you hear the clip of him saying, "I got that white girl."
Yeah. Well, see, the thing about that is that's not necessarily racist.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, out of all the people, because think about it. If he was just a violent madman who just wanted to kill some people, he had ample time to stab anybody else on that bus.
Sure.
Like he walked around for a minute. Everybody who sat there and watched it happen, they all scooted further back into their seats or either got up and just vacated the area like they didn't see what the fuck was going on. Every single one of them was black. So I'm just like, I mean, either she just got super unlucky because he was just like, okay, I'm gonna stab whoever sits in this chair.
Mm-hmm.
But
well, the guy's got mental problems. He might have thought she was a fucking demon at that point. Real quick, let me get these. Thank you, Retro, who told me scribe once. On Scribbles, I see you in the back room. I'll get you in here in just a second. Frank, thank you again. She said she was a CO, correction officers, guys. She's seen people get stabbed. That's not how it looks. Then finding out about Charlie sent me further over the edge. Unplug, man. I hear you. If it gets to the point where you're going over the edge, unplug for a while. It's not going to make the world a better place, but it'll help you find center. And you need that, especially right now. Tarkata, thank you. Lefties are dragging Dean Withers for saying you can't be against gun violence and celebrate this. Demons are turning on their own side. Yeah. We'll get into all of the craziness that's been going on around this as well. And hang on a second.
Real quick while you're doing that. Thank you, Travis Gardner. This has created a million radicals. I would say it created at least several thousand people that are going to be very unpleasant, shall we say.
Thank you, Victory, who says they made him a martyr. They set the fuse. I'm not going to lie. This one feels different than a lot of the violence we've seen. And Travis Gardner, thank you. So Satsu and Scriber here wanted a Lords of the Night reunion, but not like this. Hey, take it how you can get it, my friend. All right. Wait, where'd Scribbles go? There he is. Scribbles, how you doing, my friend?
Rough day.
Yeah, no shit.
Rough day. Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I can add anything that hasn't already been added. I'm disheartened by two different directions on this. On the one hand, of course, you get the absolute ghouls who are celebrating this guy's death.
Yep.
And then you get the people who are on ostensibly the other side of the aisle talking about ramping things up to a extreme degree. And I'm like, you want to honor the guy's life who advocated for moderate exchange of ideas with eliminationist rhetoric? Sorry, I know there might be some people in the audience who are very keyed up about this. I understand. I mean, I really do understand the anger, but really, anybody who's going any further than we all need to find a little bit of common ground here, really just take a breath, please.
I have lots of people that I blame, and I think things need done. None of it is violent, though.
Yeah, no, and I'm not. Yeah, and I'm not trying to paint with a broad brush here. But,
no.
There are a few people out there who are going a little bit too far, I think. But
this is why I like and started earlier with what Actual Justice Warrior said. Like, for all of you who are like, "Hey, we need to get violent," Do you think that's
Yeah.
what Charlie would have wanted in his
Exactly.
name?
Exactly. Yeah. You know, if you want to memorialize this guy, look at the principles. Like, and let me. And I'm probably going to say this again a couple of times between now and tomorrow. I have to be transparent. I am not a Charlie Kirk aficionado, and not in the sense that like I hate the guy or something, but it's sort of like you have a friend who tells you, "Hey, this is a really great band. Listen to their songs." You listen to a couple songs, you go like, "Yeah, it's all right." That's kind of my attitude been to Charlie Kirk up to this point. Because if you ask me like who's Charlie Kirk, I'd be like, oh, he's the guy that does the, prove it to me or whatever thing when he sits in front of people and they argue about stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's the only image I have of the guy. I obviously know a lot more about him now than I did 24 hours ago, but nothing I ever saw about him was anything other than let's talk. And you know what? And given what's happening in the UK. And what is being threatened to happen here over the course of several years with internet suppression and people getting their deplatformed. Not that it's a desirable metaphor, but to think about somebody who's sitting in an open space in the bright light of the sun around a whole bunch of people with a microphone in his hand doing nothing but talking, as opposed to someone hiding in the shadows, cowardly with a rifle. If you needed a better metaphor for the threat against just basic humanity and civilization, I don't know if you can pick a better one.
Satsu, what say you?
Well, I mean, the tweet that I put out, it says, a man who opened up a public forum for people to exchange ideas in front of a large crowd so people can listen and decide for themselves what they believe was labeled a fascist and assassinated.
True.
Let that sink in.
Yeah.
Like just think about that for a second, and it blows my mind.
Well, when this first happens, MSNBC has a guy on who floats the idea that this was actually somebody in the crowd who fired a gun in celebration.
No,
Yeah.
That was the chick.
No. It was a guy.
It was a guy talking to her.
Katie Tur was there, but it was a guy in the voiceover.
Yeah, there was a voiceover going on, so you only see her.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the guy said some other dumb shit too. That Matthew Dowd.
Yes,
Yeah.
Matthew Dowd, and MSNBC's response to him is just like, "There's no place, and this is unacceptable." It's like, okay, then why does he still have a job?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he
Yeah.
literally he effectively said out of his mouth, well, what did you think was going to happen?
Yes.
Yeah.
He said basically he deserved it. I put
Yeah.
something else. I put something else on there in response to somebody else today. I said, he was asking for it. He shouldn't have been wearing that microphone.
Right.
It's this victim blaming. Like, well, if you're going to say things I don't like, then you should expect to get killed. Like, what
And
are
that's
you
what he
talking
said too.
about?
He
I
said,
know.
if you use words like this, or if you say if your words and the thing and the rhetoric that you put out, you should expect violence to be the result. And I'm just like, that's an interesting thing to say to a bunch of fucking crazed Americans who are well armed.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the type of mentality you get when you tell people that words are violence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
When that
Yes.
mentality is beaten into you,
Well-
this is the type of nonsense you get. You get derangement.
For the record, the chick on MSNBC, she did say something stupid a little
Yes.
bit later. She goes on to say that, will Trump use this to do what he's done in like Chicago and elsewhere where there's been violence? That's her concern. Charlie Kirk
Right.
was killed, and oh my God, Trump might try to get rid of some fucking crime.
Think
Yeah,
about the
Kate-
implications of that, though. Hold on.
Mhm.
Charlie Kirk just got assassinated on TV. Trump might try to go make places safer now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Fucking ridiculous. Real quick.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cult of Krill. Since Scribble's coming on, make sure to ask him about Jarbo's take. Yeah, speaking
Oh,
of retards.
gee.
Oh,
Jeez,
I got into it. Me and Jarbo had a back and forth, and I bitch slapped him, and he went away like he should.
Monkey, that the fact that you even when you shared his thing and I saw his name, I immediately had to get off of Twitter because I'm like, I do not want to resurrect my beef with Boulder, bitch. I don't want to do it.
Well,
I have a screenshot of it if you want it. Hold on a second.
Oh, give me a second. I
don't
can
worry,
bring it up
Monkey
on
will
my
tell
side.
you what to think, Satsu. It's okay.
That's right.
Well, he responded to me directly, so it's a little bit extra.
Oh,
I shared
okay,
it.
yeah.
I shared it to there.
Where are we at here? I have to scroll down. I'm used to having so many people on the
I know you're a popular guy today.
Add to the stage. Oh, I got to take this one off first. There we go. Okay, I'm blind as fuck, so somebody's got to read that to me.
Okay. So let me zoom in on it a little bit. Pardon me. I didn't think it would be that small. Okay, so Matt says, quote, I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment, unquote. Charlie Kirk, 2023. And then Matt says, maybe it's time to rethink that. And I said, so he basically shot himself then? And Matt says, no, but he's okay with what happened today.
Well,
oh my God.
Here's the thing.
Anything else, dude?
There's 2 points I want to make here. One, yes, Charlie, looking at this, if he could come back and give us his view, would probably go, you know what? Freedom is dangerous. I still believe in the Second Amendment, even though I died. I've never seen anything from him that would make me think that this would have changed his mind on it. And it's quotes like that. And it is a reality of gun ownership that people sometimes want to pretend isn't true, is that it does make violence easier and that they're unstable people. But that doesn't mean everybody else's freedoms get limited because of that.
But and the fucked up part is it's not just the reality of gun violence, it's the reality of every freedom that we have in existence.
Yes.
Literally every freedom we have has a negative side to it, and we pay that price every fucking day to have those freedoms.
Yeah, anything like a pencil is either a writing utensil or you can kill somebody with it. It doesn't prevent somebody from doing the worst thing possible with it.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, it's there for something productive. It's there to create. And so, sure, you could say, oh, well, the Second Amendment, it allows people. Yeah, it could. But that's the price you pay. There is a social compact that we expect the best of people, but we have to deal with the worst because that's just reality.
And the other part that I wanted to bring up is Matt is not in any way actually engaged in a conversation here. He's just dancing on a man's grave and he can go fuck himself.
Yeah.
Evolved Potato, thank you so much. There was an article, I don't know if it was MSNBC or CNN, that made it sound like Charlie was the one shooting. I'm not shocked. Okay. They tried to frame it as the victim was the one killing people. Absolute scum. You can't hate journalists enough. And thank you, JW. Maybe now normies will start to see the left as the party of political violence and treat them appropriately and stop believing the media full throat. The problem with that is that the people who believe the media are going to believe the media on this, and the media is not going to in any way take any kind of blame for this that I believe they absolutely deserve.
They won't police themselves. They won't moderate themselves. They'll pay some lip service for a while. They'll have to do some sort of performative stuff like MSNBC. Well, they might fire Matthew Dowd, but they might not. But that's about it.
Look let me get this first. Hoko, thank you. Don't forget, Democrats blame the victims all the time. They blame the 9-year-old for the trans person being picked on 5 years ago. Share with your friends. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Why did my chat all just turn pink?
Uh-oh. We've all gone
Are we
gay.
in trouble already?
I don't know. I haven't said anything really horrible yet.
Yeah, you got a black guy here, so that should help.
What do you mean the chat went pink? What does that mean?
The entire thing just turned pink for a second and then slowly turned white again.
No idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's working still, so I apparently
pink and then turn white again. Okay. Did you get some crazy donation or something?
Not that I see.
I know what it was. The Women's March stopped by.
Oh, there you go.
Well, they don't get a vote around here anyway.
Well, they can vote.
Look at what happened with TMZ.
Oh, gee, that was that. You know, there's been some level of disgusting, ghoulish shit today that is. I've had flashbacks to the worst days of COVID when either side of the aisle on the jab were like frothing at the mouth over the possibility that somebody died because they were on the opposite side of their medical decisions. Mm-hmm. Today was just like God damn, some people like the lady from DC Comics who were like, boy, I hope the bullet didn't get hurt when it touched Charlie or something. And she's writing Batman. Yeah. Like, good
Well,
God.
She's writing Red Hood. It's part
of Red Hood. Well, whatever.
Yeah, still pretty vile. But that's what you get. She's a piece of shit and has been for a very long time. So
But yeah, the TMZ interns, you just hear them in the background. God damn.
Dude, TikTok and fucking Blue Sky are, oh my God.
Oh, yeah. Blue Sky. Good God.
These motherfuckers are having a celebration right
Jamboree.
now. It's insane.
There we go.
Yeah, so here is the video. Let me grab this real fast first. Where did I miss that at? I know I heard an alert. I'm a professional broadcaster, you guys.
Hardest job in the world, according to Hassan.
Okay, I think I am all
right.
caught up. All right, so this is the TMZ newsroom, and I'll just let it play.
Janet, go.
Hear all that cheering right there, guys? I know it's really quiet, but all the cheering in the background.
Go to have somebody look at the Fox. Trump just posted that Charlie Kirk is dead.
So
Now,
they got the confirmation seconds before they told Levin here. So so they saw that and were cheering. And then they're trying to pass it off. Like, it happened right away. Like, as soon as that thing came in, because they couldn't interrupt him. So they got the information. They cheer, and then they're like, oh, no, that was some highway chase. Bull fucking shit.
well, the funny part about that is you can ask Grok or any other chat GPT kind of thing, hey, what car chases were happening at this time? And they can't find any.
Yeah. I'm not surprised.
Hoko, thank you. Dems love shutting down cons journalists. They love shutting down anybody they disagree with. And thank you, Corey. I can't believe it took an event like this to bring back the Lords of the Night. Happy to see y'all fellas, but wish it was under better circumstances. Yeah, me too. I love talking with both of these guys. And yes, horrible that this is what brings us together. But look, I mean, I had the opportunity to go live right as this was happening, and I couldn't do it.
Yeah. I thought about it. I was like, no, there's nothing besides everything was still so much in flux at that time. It just no.
It wasn't any sense of like, oh, it'd be disrespectful or anything like that. It was the amount of anger in me. I would have been unwatchable. It would have just been angry ranting. When I get really, really, really mad, I take myself out of things, let myself calm down, think a lot, put things into as good a perspective as I can.
Yeah.
So that I don't overreact because I know who I am. And I've never had to do that on a show before. There have been times that I go live because I'm mad.
Sure.
But this one hit me in a way that, fuck. How long have we been talking about this is coming, Jack?
A couple of years now.
Toasted, thank you. People on X are really saying Mossad did it. I'm not shocked.
Oh, jeez.
Of course they are. A bunch of fucking anti-Semites. Gotta blame the Jews for everything.
Here's the thing, and I want to, this is probably going to upset some people. I'm not blaming, or I'm not claiming that the shooter is left-wing. Tons of people are like, he's left-wing. You guys do understand that the Groypers and even some Trumpers have been going after Charlie Kirk hard lately.
Yeah. Also, I don't think it was Mossad because he was supposed to go to Israel, I think, next week. So Netanyahu posted about that when he did his condolences thing. So, and somebody else in his inner circle there said something about it. So, yeah, I don't think it was the Israelis because Charlie Kirk was a big supporter of Israel. So the Jews killing him, that's kind of shooting yourself in the foot.
Oh, no, but see, it would be a plot. You know, this way they can blame it on other people and make the terrorists look like bad guys.
The other thing, and not to sound too much like a nanny, but I've been guilty of this too, but twice now there's been an announcement or some kind of publication of we caught the shooter, and both times they were wrong, and everybody's sharing the pictures out. And I'm not innocent, so at this point, it's like until there is an official statement of ironclad, I'm not going to guess as to who or why.
In the first instance, that guy, they let him go after, they didn't let him go. They arrested him for obstruction of justice instead. Yeah. But yeah, he wasn't the shooter. Thank you, Keldrig. Jarbo provides his own proof that freedom has consequences. Every time he uses his First Amendment right to free speech, he makes the world dumber. Yeah, he's a cunt.
So just being on Twitter, because obviously, it's Twitter, and I've been seeing the word fascist a lot getting thrown around. Like, can anybody list off any fascists who created open forums for people to speak publicly, to openly and publicly, speak out against their talking points and beliefs? Because I'm trying to think of some. No, and I can't really.
Yeah, because that's not how fascism works.
I can't really think of any.
Omik Gaming's birthday. This one's for you. And a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Something gaming.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday. Hope you have a good one. Really, really do. Get some joy in your life, because there's some really shitty things going on in the world.
Yeah, look what Monkey's napping got you.
I was not napping.
I know, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to blame you for it.
I might be responsible for Flo's death. I saw in chat that she died. I haven't looked it up myself, but I was awake when this one happened. This one isn't on me.
Flo? What Flo?
From Alice.
The character from Flo.
Oh, from right. Okay, I saw that. I did see that. Yeah.
So yeah, she passed. I was telling Jack the actual diner that they used for that is here in Michigan, and I've ate there before.
Oh my gosh.
But apparently it's in disrepair now. They stopped serving food there, and now it looks like somebody just left a trailer on the side of the road.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a damn shame. If I was
that
rich,
should be in a museum.
It should be.
It belongs in a museum.
At the very least, like on a television plot set.
Sure.
Anyway, that's in Phoenix. No, it's not.
There's one thing that you are to blame for, Monkey, because as I told you before the stream, Poland announced it's invoking NATO Article 4. So I know that happened while you were asleep.
But that's not a bad thing.
I don't know. That's why. Because sometimes we don't know if it's going to be good or bad. And it always
Article 4 just calls everybody together so they can discuss one of the members saying that their sovereignty is being violated by one of the other members or some of the other members. Worst case, the EU breaks apart, which frankly would be a good thing in my opinion.
Oh, Christ. Thanks for sending that, Fugi. Hassan posted something more retarded than usual. Real quick, thank you, Evolved Potato. Some douche was ragging on Dankula about how he should make a joke about Charlie's murder. Dankula said, well, at least we know it wasn't Mossad. It made me smile, and I'd like to think Charlie would have laughed at it too. Yeah, I don't think it would have been Mossad, so I don't think he's wrong.
Gigi Evans, thank you. The Groypers aren't mad at Charlie for his support of Israel, but rather he didn't swing Nick's way. Remember, they used to go around and harass Charlie, asking them what's conservative about getting anal sex. And I honestly thought they were looking for Charlie to explain why they like butt sex so much, but I have no proof of that.
Oh, no, they were flirting with him, dude. That was how they flirt around those parts.
Get this shitty guy off my screen. But yeah, Constantine put out a good tweet where, and I'm kind of with him on this, where he said this just feels like a line has been crossed. And I agree, but that line has been crossed so many times already. We saw it crossed repeatedly in 2020.
The only look, we had a lot of people get killed. The United Healthcare CEO.
That's another one, yeah.
Trump getting shot was probably the closest to this, but this is a citizen, not a politician, and he is a well-known, well-respected person. I think this is more of a Crispus Atticus moment.
My point being that this stuff has been going on for quite some time. I mean,
Yeah, but
even with the Trump assassination, somebody was murdered then.
Yeah, oh yeah. But again, that was not a person that's known. There's a point where people break and they've had enough. And I think that you're probably going to see some of that here. There's going to be people that retaliate because this is just a line too far.
Well, the tripped out part about the guy who got murdered at the Trump thing is like Charlie Kirk is a known figure. Yeah. Like everybody has their own little rap list of whatever he did or whatever, why they like or dislike him. Like he's public. The dude who got shot at the Trump rally, people were still celebrating his death because they like, you shouldn't have even been there. We don't know anything about you or your politics or anything, but the fact that you were in proximity of Trump for any reason at any moment means you deserve to die. Yes. Like that's their bar, is just like, just being there.
Yeah,
is enough to kill you.
One of the very first things that CNN posted after the shooting was Trump ally Charlie Kirk ... And I'm like, of course that would be the predicate. That'd be the first thing you'd use to describe the guy. That his political approximation to someone that you guys hate, and put him in that column as though that means anything in this case. I think this is more dramatic because it was in an open field with everybody. He was, like I say, he wasn't a politician. His entire purpose for being there was just to talk to people. And then, of course, you have the video. There's no. I don't advocate for people to watch the most graphic video of it, but at the same time, I wouldn't want people to ultimately turn away because this is the world that we're living in. And like Monkey says, this isn't the first time something like this has happened. Or the enormity of a crime, maybe not to the point of assassination, hasn't happened in the last 5 years, but this is, you couldn't get more clearer a statement of hatred and just horror than this in front of everybody.
I want to be clear what I'm saying when I say this keeps happening. It's not just that there's violence. There's always been political violence. Throughout our history, it's happened. Hoko, thank you. Pritzker blamed Trump's rhetoric, and yes. I'm glad you donated that and said that at this time because Elizabeth Warren did it too. She was asked, "Do you think we should tone down the rhetoric?" And she's like, "You should talk to Trump."
Yeah, they're invoking January 6th and everything, which oddly enough, out of all the big major riots and big things that had happened, is probably the most tame thing that we've seen as far as large gatherings go. When compared to like if we go back to starting when the George Floyd thing happened, like all the way up until now, like January 6th is tame. Like it's like completely tame.
They treat it like that was the worst thing that's ever happened in the history of ever.
They don't just treat it like that, Monkey. Somebody said that this is the worst event to ever happen in American history. The one dude said it was worse than 9/11.
Worse than 9/11, yep.
Thank you, Darth Mandor. Did you see the moment of silence they tried to have in the House? And you can hear lashes screeching. For the record, okay, if we're going to talk about that, we have to be honest about it. Boebert didn't ask for a moment of silence. She asked for a out loud prayer.
Yeah.
Now, you turn up the volume. You can hear it. That's what she says. She doesn't ask for. If she'd asked for a moment of silence, that actually probably would have been the right thing to do there. I don't have a problem with her asking for a prayer because they open every Congress with a prayer. For all this, hey, the separation of church. Every Congress is opened with a prayer. And so I don't necessarily have a problem with it. But yeah, they start screaming and they get some F words are thrown around in there. It was interesting. Read the room, man. Read the room. Just shut the fuck up and let them have a prayer. It's not going to hurt you.
No, it's not. Real quick. Thank you, Frosted Glass. I tagged all you guys in a retweet of a Slate article. Yeah, I threw it in the side chat. Called "The Response to Charlie Kirk's Death on the Right is Pretty Damn Ominous." How many murders have the left committed the past year or so? I've had enough of this gaslighting bullshit. I think a lot of people have had enough of it, Frosted, because look at what it's inspiring. Look at how they celebrated that Mangione douchebag that killed the CEO.
Yes.
Taylor Lorenz was flicking her bean to him. They're going to do the same thing here because they're stupid and they don't understand that they're poking bears out there. You don't run around and smack bears on the nose with a stick when you're doing the naked and afraid thing. These people are not smart, but they do belong in a death cult. So, I mean, take that for what you will.
I'm a human being too. Like, you know, there's a part of me that gets very upset and it's just like something needs to be done, you know. But like for me, I stand with everybody else who thinks like, okay, you know, it will literally be a stain on his name to like increase violence as a result to this.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I cannot muster up even the slightest bit of sympathy for the people celebrating and people throwing parties and they're openly publicly online joyful. I'm just like, I can't, like, these people, that rule does not apply to for me. I'm sorry.
I'm finally going to get to my point. I will get these extra donations. I do see them, guys, but I went to make this point 3 times now. That's where my real problem lies.
Sorry.
It's not in the act itself. That's horrible and fucking nasty, but violence happens in our country. What bothers me is that every time it's leftist violence, it is fucking excused. It was less than a month ago. Hassan is on camera saying somebody has to do something. You know what that means. And if you guys don't know what that means, it's literally a call to kill the president.
Yeah.
That is not hyperbole. That is what that statement means. Somebody has to do something. And he's sitting there with Taylor Lorenz and hyping up her bullshit video where she makes that argument. And the whole thing is somebody needs to kill Trump. And then they take this fucking piece of shit and put him he gets a GQ article. He gets named Rolling Stone, one of the 25 best influencers. Fuck all of these people. It is the reaction to the violence that angers me.
Yeah, he called for fucking Ethan Klein's wife to be killed.
Yes,
in his subtle way that he loves to call for the death of people he disagrees with, and then comes out and claims that's not what he was doing.
And he suffers no consequences for it.
Nope,
like
complete immunity on Twitch.
Thank you, Ham and Beans. I saw a still photo of the moment when it happened. That will stay with me forever. That's not what I'll remember because I have seen the still pictures of it. What'll stay with me is the way he slumps when that shot rings out.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. Oh god.
That slump. Fuck. I'm gonna have nightmares.
I never intended to see the up close version of that video, but I was scrolling through Twitter and it just happened. And you guys know, like whenever I visualize something or I see it, like it can't leave my head as long as I'm thinking about it. So shit just keeps replaying in my head, and it affected me honestly way more than I thought it would.
I accidentally watched the video. I clicked on a video, and it was a close up of him getting shot, and it was, you know, it's different when you see people injured in real life and when you see it on a screen. But that was one of the most graphic videos I've ever seen. And look, man, I think most of us grew up with live leaks where we saw people getting beheaded.
Oh yeah,
that was horrific to watch this. But
I used to have the band from TV tapes,
right?
I still have my copies.
I think it's important though that a lot of people that want to understand what's going on in our country actually watch this because they don't see the consequences. Now, if you have a sensitive nature, don't watch it for obvious reasons. But this is so above and beyond what is acceptable in a civilized society that this needs to be known what happened here. And I mean, his wife and kids are going to have to live with this their entire lives, and they will be haunted by this every day for the rest of their lives. And that's horrific. But we can't let this man die in vain.
I was watching Megyn Kelly. She went live right after he got shot, and she's live when it's announced that he's dead.
Yeah.
And God, that was hard to watch. But even harder, she plays a clip where he went on Fox and Friends, and it's between takes. And Charlie's sitting on the couch, and his little daughter just comes running over, Daddy, and jumps on him.
Yeah.
And sadness has not been part of this for me. I've just been fucking pissed.
Mhm.
And I watched that and my heart just broke.
Yeah.
Oh God, I just saw fucking because Hassan can't keep Asman's dick out of his mouth. So
Oh, that fucking piece of
Oh,
shit.
Jesus.
yeah, he's because Asman Gold made a video on it, and
Yeah, I saw
Hassan
that.
said on his stream, "He's such a pussy. Just say you want me killed." Twitch partner streamer, by the way.
Oh, okay. This is why I was
Jesus.
nervous about going live. Fuck that cowardly pussy piece of shit. He will sit there and go, somebody needs to do something. Everybody knows what that means. And then turn around and be a bitch and go, what do you mean? Huh? I didn't mean.
Yeah.
You are
Who shall
coward.
rid me of this meddlesome priest? I didn't say anything should happen.
Yeah.
I was
At
just
least fucking own it, you pussy.
No, he hides behind the Jon Stewart defense. I'm just an entertainer.
Okay, let me get these real fast. Evolve, thank you. When it comes to this sort of stuff, I remember a guy who tried to run over a teenager in a MAGA hat just because they argued about politics, who just got off scot-free. Like he admitted on camera he tried to murder the kid for politics and nothing happened. Yeah, I do remember that. Toasted, thank you. What are your thoughts on Gorpers making it seem like they were huge Charlie Kirk fans? They're liars. Even though they hated him more than the left. Also, how do you think South Park will change this season? And do they bear any responsibility for this? No, I don't think parody is the problem here. I think it's the normalization of violence that we have seen especially over the last 5 years, ever since the Floyd thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, the rationale, you had major public figures, presidential candidates, the vice presidential candidate for the United States saying, stay in the streets. When you're talking about all they would show is, the nice protests. They never went and showed the footage from Portland every fucking night for 4 months.
Yeah, it's the justification that is what is really abhorrent here.
Mhm.
Also, St. Fugi just sent me a message. MSNBC just fired Matthew Dowd after what he
Good.
said.
Good.
So
Fucking good, dude.
sometimes
Jeez.
public pressure works.
Now that they've done that, how are they going to rein themselves in the future on stuff like this? Do you
They're
think?
not
Probably
going
not.
They won't.
They're not going to
No,
change.
dude, MSNBC is probably the worst. I used to think CNN was the worst, but CNN has some very specific people that are just really bad. But MSNBC as a whole, like the whole fucking tree is fucked.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it's going to get worse when they finalize all the spinning off into MS Now or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, cut off as many apples as you want. That the tree's fucked.
Yeah.
Like it's over.
Yeah, we've had 10 plus years now of decriminalization of crime, no consequences for serious offenders. The guy on the train or whatever with the Ukrainian girl, how many times had he been arrested?
14 fucking times.
Over and over, let out and let out.
cashless
And
bail.
then on top of that, you get the whole Kitty Genovese thing going on with people just sitting there doing nothing to help that girl. That probably horrified me more ultimately. Not that there's really a scale, but I mean, out of everything that could happen, I know one guy eventually came over to try to do something, but in those, and I can forgive not understanding what was happening in those first few seconds because it is so fast and it is so out of nowhere and there's no warning whatsoever. But as soon as the guy's standing there with blood dripping off a knife and a girl is crumpled up on the ground, like, okay, this is, not my circus, not my monkey, get on off the train. Like, what the fuck is that shit?
That's
God,
people that have lived in a city for a very long time because you get jaded.
Well,
you
not
don't wanna
only
get
that,
involved.
not only that, and I'm gonna be the one to say it, so nobody else has to. It's a part of the fucking culture.
Mm-hmm.
It's a part of the culture. I didn't see shit. I didn't see it. It didn't happen, which is why right now you got a whole bunch of people in Chicago literally fighting against the president to prevent him from taking crime out of their neighborhood. They are literally fighting to keep crime in their neighborhoods.
I'll never understand that.
It's insane. And they're working with the gangs, the people causing the crime in their neighborhoods. They're calling on them. Please save us from the evil Trump who's going to stop you from killing us.
I put on the screen one of Hassan's tweets here. Trump is signaling he's going to use Charlie Kirk's death to launch a war against left and liberal organizing. Did you guys see Trump's statement
Yes.
on this?
Yeah, it's nothing like what he just described. This is
Not even
another hyperbolic justification. This is a more fear-mongering thing that's going to make more people radicalized on the left because now they're afraid. And if anything, leftists, communists thrive on fear. It's the thing that they eat up because they have an emptiness in them. So they like to be afraid so they can justify all their shitty behaviors.
Ebony says, I purposely avoid Hassan's takes because it will make me angry. I understand
Bro.
that.
And I get it. He just right wingers moved from fake demands to tone down violent rhetoric to fantasizing brazenly about murdering left wing figures. Guess what? We don't need to talk about the fantasizing of left wing figures being killed when a right wing one was just actually fucking murdered. And this is the thing that really pisses me off about the left, where they keep saying, oh, they might do this to you, or they think about doing this to you, or if they get a chance, they'll do this to you. And then the moment they get a chance, they do that thing to you for real. And they're just like, see, I was just defending myself against they wanted to the whole time. So I had to do it, because I'm just like, really? So you're comparing the fact that your fantasy about these people wanting you dead, because that's the big thing with the trans community and the black community and shit. It's just like, they want us dead. So we're just defending ourselves.
Yeah, it's a preemptive strike because that person is obviously trying to murder me, so I have to go on the defense. I have to go on the offense, but it's actually a defense because I know they want to kill me.
Mm-hmm.
It's a warped mindset.
I was asked by Understatement if I saw Destiny. The only thing I saw of Destiny was him responding to the clip of Elizabeth Warren saying, yes, Elizabeth Warren. And frankly, of the two, I'm far more concerned that Elizabeth Warren said it as a sitting senator than I am about Destiny's bitch child porn having ass agreeing with it.
Yeah, I don't put any value in somebody that has CP on their computer or what they say. They're not exactly a moral paragon.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Look, you might not have known it was CP when you got it. You know now. Get it off your computer, you disgusting shit.
Yeah, fuck him.
But apparently AOC is also out there saying that, we got to get the gun control. If Republicans would vote for gun control.
It's always
Brainiac Brigade.
Yeah.
That's how Warren started out her answer. She's asked about it. She goes, oh, it's horrible. I'm the Republicans. Every time we try to stop guns, they won't let us.
I put this out on Twitter earlier after I saw the Elizabeth Warren thing. You ever see the musical Chicago?
Once, and I wasn't really paying attention.
Okay, well, there's one part I just put up a little screenshot of the thing. Part of it has to do, or the major story of it is a lawyer is defending his client who shot a guy, and he's playing the press like a bunch of puppets. And there's this song called "They Both Reached for the Gun," and you watch as the musical number plays out, and he keeps moving the conversation towards the gun, the gun, the gun, the gun. Not talking about what happened, just the gun, the gun, the gun, the gun. And every time I see something like this, well, okay, I haven't seen anything like this in particular, but every time you see someone take a situation and try to turn it immediately to, oh, we need more gun control. Like, no. Like, you idiot. This is, I'm kind of flustered because been having a really rough couple of weeks just in my personal life, and then watching all this stuff happen and seeing these. It's the death cult. Now, don't get me wrong. I enjoy a good death cult in a fictional sense, in sort of a Jonestown retrospective morbid curiosity sense. But watching real people just salivating over the idea that someone they don't like has now been just shot down in cold blood. That to those TMZ people, all the idiots on Blue Sky. I hope. I really hope, fingers crossed, that they represent a tiny minority. But I have a feeling.
That's the problem.
I know. But just I saw the witches and curses. Yeah, I saw this.
Yeah, this is a Jezebel article. We paid some Etsy witches to curse Charlie Kirk. This was 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And with him being murdered, they didn't take it down. Instead, they gave us a little editor's note here. This story was published on September 8th. Jezebel condemns the shooting of Charlie Kirk in the strongest possible terms.
Sure.
We do not
Not strong enough to take down the article.
We do not condone, encourage, or excuse political violence of any kind.
There is an old wise quote that I would like to use right here. Sure, Jan.
Right.
Yeah.
And like, what should I do? Judge you by your words or your actions, fucker?
See, as I've been so out of the loop. It's like until today, I like I said before, I knew who Charlie Kirk was, at least ostensibly. I had no idea that there was this much of a hate boner for this guy, so much in the world. I just travel in those circles, I guess. Jesus.
Well,
it's because he was effective, man, and that's the biggest
exactly
thing. If anything, people should take away from this that what he was doing and the path that he chose to sit in front. Because I had a lot of people asking me like, well, if he should have had like some bulletproof thing in front of him or whatever. I'm like, that goes against everything he believes in. He did not want to go to these places and treat these people who he invited out to speak to him like they were some form of threat. Like that goes against everything he believed in. Like the whole purpose was to open up a forum for these people to come out and speak to him. And sure, logically, as a public figure, maybe he should have had some precautions and stuff up. Like I can understand people saying that, but at the end of the day, like this dude was a paragon of free speech.
The thing is, and I hear what you're saying about maybe you should have some security. You shouldn't need security for political speech.
That's what I'm saying. Like he was a paragon of free speech.
Yeah, look, the guy died doing what he believed was the right thing, and not many people could say that.
Yeah.
So he actually lived his principles.
Alan, thank you. Says Monkey, I have no words. R.I.P. Charlie Kirk. Indeed. Man, this guy had 2 young kids.
I know.
Yeah,
that video was a little girl running up to him. God.
Oh God, it's fucking heartbreaking.
That was heartbreaking. Yeah.
And then there was like this compilation somebody put together of just videos of them playing on the beach or whatever.
Yeah.
And they always took care never to show their kids' faces, which I have a lot of respect for.
And he took his kids with him everywhere. He kept his family together. He wasn't somebody who was hopping around the country on his own. They're young enough that they're not in school yet. That's how young his kids are.
Yeah, they're probably not going to have very many memories of him. Sadly.
No.
Real quick.
On the plus side for them, at least there's like tons of videos of who their dad was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As they get older, at least they'll get to know him some. But go ahead, Jack. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Alan, who says, hello, my friend. Sad day. Yeah, it's a real tragedy. This is just vile on so many levels. I don't have enough words to describe the mixed emotions that I had throughout the day, because went from rage to, all right, we got to dial it down, calm down. Yeah, it's just been one of those days.
His whole family was, his wife and kids were at this event.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they were in the audience, if I remember correctly.
They were in one of the tents nearby, apparently.
Okay. I just want to say one other thing, just as briefly, and I do have to go, unfortunately, because I gotta still get up in the morning.
Got one of them jobs.
I got one of those jobby jobs. Scribe got a jobby job. I hope that whoever did this, that they catch them and they get prosecuted. I do not want this person escaping into the quick release of death, either by their own hand or the cops. I really do hope that they get caught, have to face the public, prosecuted the whole 9 yards. What happens after that, if they're convicted, that's up to the state. But elsewise, before then, I don't want them to end up getting away. If you know.
I want them captured.
Yeah,
captured would like to point out that Utah has the firing squad still.
Oh, I know.
Good.
Yeah, no, like I say, that if that's the case after a conviction and everything else, so be it. But up until that point, I want it all laid bare. I don't want, if at all possible, I don't want anyone to have the excuse of conspiracy theory, cover up, whatever on either side of the aisle. I want it all brought out. Who, chips fall where they. I don't even know what the person's motivation was. I don't really care. At the end of the day, the only thing I care about in regards to that is whether or not there was more than one person involved. Mm-hmm. If you have to investigate the motivations or the connections to find out any other co-conspirators, fine. But the ultimate excuse that they came up with doesn't mean so much to me. And because people, and the other thing too is that people will. I realized I don't want to go through. I said this on Discord earlier. I said I don't want to be accused of going down the just a few bad apples route, but 99% of the people on whatever political side that this person was on do not think like this person does, and
True.
wouldn't act the way that that person does. Now, rhetorically, yeah, and they need to be called out for that too. But at the end of the day, the extreme fringe of either side are people that nobody would want to hang out with. And most people are in the middle somewhere.
In the immortal words of Homer J. Simpson, but I'm angry now.
I know. I get it. Anyway, guys, I got to go off to the wonderful world of bedtime, or try to after all this adrenaline. But yeah, everybody, take a breath, take it easy, try to relax, and encourage in yourself and others civil discourse and respectful debate at the worst.
Be productively angry.
In that vein, tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, will be another episode of TED Excellence, where I'll try to take our minds off of things. Do you know who I have for TED Excellence this week, guys?
No.
It's a name. It's a name, guys. It's
Bob.
Chuck Todd. Chuck Todd did a TEDx last week.
What?
And Chuck Todd did not a TED Talk, mind you, a TEDx.
Chuck Todd is doing TEDx?
Yeah, no. Chuck Todd's doing Substack and YouTube now with Chris Cillizza because he's not at MSNBC or MSC anymore.
Right.
So yeah, but he did a TEDx, and you know what he wants to do? He wants to change the House of Representatives.
Oh, I was going to say Chris Cillizza, but yeah.
Yeah, no, well, that could be it too. But no. Now you might think, and I put on my thumbnail as a joke. I said, "How much House of Representatives would Chuck Todd chuck?" But in fact, he wants to expand the House of Representatives. So I'm curious to find out what his rationale is for that. That'll be tomorrow on TEDx. I may talk about the events of today, depending on what develops between now and then. But I'm going to focus on what I always do with TEDx, is we listen to somebody who might be saying something that you don't agree with, but we at least take them on seriously, and then we can poke fun at them with a bingo card by the end.
Yeah, that's how you do it. You make fun of them if they say something wrong.
Exactly. But guys, so nice to see you, talk to you guys again with Lords of the Night reunion, and Jack.
Indeed. And
the fourth wheel over here. Yeah.
I was in the chat the entire time during Lords of the Night.
Yeah,
that's not true. You were on the show a few times.
A few times, yeah. True. And you were the first senior staff reporter next to Colleen Bernier. So
yeah.
But
have a good one, Scribbles. Try to get some sleep, bud.
Yeah, get good sleep, everybody, and I will see you tomorrow night, guys. Take care.
Take care, man.
All right, let me grab these real quick. Tansu, thank you. I hear Harry Sisson is doing some damage control.
Yeah, he's a retard.
There's a whole bunch of the left. Gavin Newsom, we'll get to him in a second, is doing the same thing. Gigi Evans, thank you again. What are the odds that the FBI will say he was on our radar like with every other shooter? Oh, that's actually a good question.
I'm not ruling out that he was in the FBI.
Right. We'll wait on our conspiracy theories, though, for just a little bit.
Yeah, for now. You mind if I grab a couple here?
No, go ahead, please.
Thank you, Frank. Do you think the South Park controversy played any factor? It definitely made more liberals aware of who he is. No, I think all the people that really, really hated Charlie Kirk already knew who he was. And South Park pokes fun at both sides. This isn't particularly new. So I don't think that really had any part in it. But yeah, South Park's less funny when they do politics shit most of the time. Except the 9/11 episode, that was pretty funny.
Well, South Park has lampooned so many people over the years. How many have been shot?
Yeah, it's a pretty low number. Also, again, thank you, Frank. Is Scribe the only one here with a job? Yeah, yes. Pretty much.
What are you talking about? We have the hardest job in the world.
This isn't a job. This is a career, monkey. This is a calling, a prophetic, divinely inspired task, a quest, if you will.
A quest, yes. So anyway, we were talking about Gavin Newsom not that long ago for his violent rhetoric.
Yeah, we talk a lot about the left and their violent rhetoric because this sort of shit doesn't happen with the right.
Well, Gavin has come out and he's commented on this, and he said that the violence against Charlie Kirk is just unacceptable. There's no place for political violence, which if he hadn't have said what we're about to watch just less than 2 weeks ago, I want to say it was within the last week, but within the last 2, then maybe I'd listen to him.
Sorry, I know some people's sensibilities. I respect and appreciate that. But right now, with all due respect, we're walking down a damn different path. We're fighting fire with fire. I'm going to punch these sons of bitches in the mouth.
Do you remember the news losing its shit over the phrase "fight like hell"?
Yep.
That was proof that they wanted to take over the Capitol and destroy the entire country. This motherfucker, we're going to punch him in the mouth. Nothing. Not a fucking word. This is what I'm talking about with how this has been done. Now, there's going to be a few people who are going to roll their eyes at me, but I'm going to tell you something you're not going to want to hear. This was orchestrated. I am not saying that this was a plan to get Charlie Kirk killed, but to have a rise in the violence. That's on purpose. And I point to things like the no cash bail, the news covering for every shitbag that comes down the pike. This is on, they want this. And if you know anything about the rise of revolutions, this is the playbook.
Yeah, well, it always takes it. All it takes is a spark, and they've tried to spark it a couple times and didn't get the results that they wanted. But if we're going tinfoil hat, like Charlie Kirk was one of the major influences out there, convincing people that discourse is reasonable. Like it's okay to talk, because remember before it was like, no, it's not even okay to associate with people who are MAGA or who have or who believe in Trump or whatever. It's not even okay to converse with these people. And Charlie Kirk was one of the main people out there changing people's minds. The rise of these videos of people saying that they're leaving the left or whatever, I would be more likely to believe that he was a target for that reason alone, because it's already pretty much set in stone that the Democrats are not winning another election for probably the next 10 years. So, they're doing everything that they can now.
Thank you, Hoko. Where is the phrase stochastic terrorism? Only the right engages in stochastic terrorism. When the left says things like, we're going to punch them in the mouth, that's just silliness. And I want to remind you, these are the people who lost their fucking minds because people told Ilhan Omar to go back home. They're like, this is causing violence. She got a death threat. Again, we've never seen the death threat. But just, you guys need to calm the rhetoric. You're causing violence. They can go out there and say, they can have their top political person on social media, Hassan Piker, say somebody needs to do something, and everybody knows what he's fucking talking about. There isn't a whisper of stochastic terrorism, because it's not. It's just plain calling for violence.
Well, Monk, if you wanna refresh everybody's memory, I shared that clip of over the past God knows how many years now of Democrats literally calling or using language to call for violence.
Which account?
It should be on my 2 Cents Plus account.
2 Cents Plus.
Yeah.
Well, look, it's rhetoric when they do it, but words are violence when you do it, because you put me in fear. How dare you?
Yeah.
Is it the one that starts with Nancy Pelosi?
Hold on. Let me go to my profile real quick. I think it is, but let me make sure. Yeah, this is why. Yeah.
Okay. Grizzly, thank you. Hi, long time no see. I heard it was insane about what happened. Latest assassination since John F. Kennedy. That's one thing I also want to point out. I hear the term assassination thrown around a lot, and I agree. I think it was Chris Rock who said Biggie and Tupac didn't get assassinated; they were just shot. This was a political assassination.
Oh, 100%, without a doubt.
It absolutely fits this category. Okay, so our peace-loving Democrats here.
eventually.
This is one of the things that.
Where? Oh, there you are.
Oh, did I disappear? Because I heard you the whole time.
I heard you the whole time.
I thought you were playing a clip.
I was.
No, you weren't.
Oh, it's not on the screen.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. I didn't see the clip either.
All right, here we go. Sorry about that. Yeah,
Monkey doesn't want to share with the class.
I was being quiet for the clip. Okay, here we go.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country, and maybe there will be.
People need to start taking to the streets. This is a dictator.
Now, I wanted to stop right there because this is some stuff that they're going to gloss over. If you're telling this is a dictator, a fascist dictator who's going to turn us into Nazi Germany, well, then the right thing to do would be to stop that.
Yeah, remember, black people, when Trump gets in office, say goodbye to your rights.
Yeah. So you can't go out there and say this kind of shit and then be like, hey, we didn't call for violence. We just compared him to the worst guy in fucking history.
Oh, and truth be told, like a lot of this stuff, isolated without the context. I would look at it and be like, wait, that's not really a call to violence. But everything in this video is something they would equate to a call to violence.
And thank you. That is the important part. It's not just what they're saying. It's what they are. It's like when somebody goes, all white people are racist. Some white person, all white people are racist. What that means is they're racist and they're trying to spread it around to everyone else.
Yep. Projection 101.
Collective punishment.
To these people, telling Ilhan Omar to go fuck herself is violent rhetoric that's going to lead to her death. And then they'll turn around and say something horrible about Trump. But that, you're not supposed to put two and two together here. Anyway.
You know, there needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
Enemies of the state.
Show me where it
Remember when they got mad at Trump for saying enemies of the state?
says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
In the fucking Constitution, you douchebag.
Do something about your dad's immigration practices, you feckless.
When they go low, we kick.
How do you resist the temptation to run up and wring her neck?
The biggest terror threat in this country is white men, most of them radicalized right up to the right.
I thought he should have punched him in the face. I said, even if you lost, he insulted your wife.
Yes.
He came down the escalator and called Mexicans rapists and murderers. He said, well, what do you think I should have done? I said, I think you should have punched him in the face and then gotten out of the race. You would have been a hero.
I'd like to punch him in the face. I said, if we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
Punch some people in the face.
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump, and that's a fact.
Look, as his character is stabbed to death.
Okay, this one isn't fair. That one shouldn't be in here because they did the same thing with Obama in this play. This is the one that got Laura Loomer all her attention.
Where is John Wilkes Booth when you need him?
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
A Missouri state senator.
You guys ever thought about blowing up the White House?
No.
I plead the fifth. No.
Seems like a lot of work.
Oh my God.
Go ahead.
I forgot the fucking Sideshow Bob holding up Trump's head.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck, dude. I completely forgot about that.
By the Secret Service after saying she hopes President Trump is assassinated.
I will go and take Trump out tonight.
And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you.
If they're sitting there eating dinner, you go push back on them.
Yeah, how dare they eat dinner in our restaurants? Using our water fountains.
Yes. I still can't believe that Virginia thing did not blow up nationally.
Oh, of course it did. Why would it?
Did you see that, Satsu?
What's up?
As a black man, I'm curious about your thoughts on this. So in Arlington, Virginia, they had a problem with a pedophile hanging out in girls' locker rooms because he was a chick, don't you know, with his dick out. And Winsome Sears is running for the governor down there. and she went there to speak out against this shit. And some old white lady brought a sign that said, if trans can't use our bathrooms, then you can't use our water, or then black people can't use our water fountains.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it was a hell of a hill to die on, let me tell you.
What the fuck is that even supposed to mean, though?
She doesn't like black people using her water fountains.
Yeah. You get your big lips all over her water fountain, I guess.
I'm just like, because you ever see like a political sign, like somebody holding up a sign, and you like, what was the message here? Like, I'm confused, because it sounds like you want to say something, but I don't think you saying what you think you saying.
Pretty much, yeah.
Can you imagine if a right winger put up a sign like that?
Dude, look, still the pinnacle for me, nothing will ever top fucking Joe Biden talking to Charlemagne and looking this motherfucker in the face and telling him, you ain't black if you don't vote for me. Like that, nothing can really beat that for me, man. Like it's just that is like the pinnacle right now, because I'm like, that was a sitting fucking, like he was like looking for votes from black people. And he was like, yeah, if you niggas know what's good for you.
Here in Michigan, during the COVID masking thing, when they had the rally at the Capitol, they said the conservatives had Nazi propaganda because a lady held up a sign that called Gretchen Whitmer Whitler. She wasn't saying it in a good way. And the whole national media talked about that and how there were Nazis there. This woman holds up a sign saying we won't let blacks use our water fountains, and couldn't find anybody who thought that needed to be talked about.
Dude, it is insane how easy it is to find fucking anti-racist saying the most racist shit ever.
Oh,
just
my
like
God.
the with the immigration stuff, I can't remember what politician it was, but she effectively said, like, you know, if all the immigrants are removed here, and, you know, excuse my language, but we're not gonna have anybody to wipe our asses. And I'm just like, who do you have currently wiping your ass, ma'am?
Yeah,
because you're afraid to lose them, but I need to know, like, who is the immigrant wiping your ass right now?
Bro, I have learned they have these people doing all kinds of shit. Apparently they're washing their dishes for them.
Yeah, they have nannies and gardeners. Like, all landscaping apparently is done by illegals. It's amazing the amount of occupations they have going on.
Does anyone else have a very bad feeling this is going to cause a cascade of more horrible events? I think this is going to be the green dildos of the political world. I don't think that you're going to see retribution from the right. I think hopefully people will have sounder minds than this. But look at how Luigi Mangione was. Look, I know Luigi's name because it was said so many goddamn times by people cheering that shitbag on.
Yeah, dude was hailed as a hero. Like, he
Still
still is. Yeah. And it's crazy because, like, and a lot of people like to make these comparisons. They like, oh, the left does it, the right does it, blah, blah, blah. The biggest difference between the left and the right for me, even though I will concede that it's a small minority in both cases, the biggest problem is you can easily find people condemning things that are bad that are done by right-wingers if you ask right-wingers. Yes. But most left-wingers are either 100% supporting it, or they are completely ignoring it and pretending like it isn't happening. Like they'll just completely just pretend like they don't know about it, or it just didn't happen, or something like that. And it's the complacency for me that makes the difference, because, you know, I'm not a big proponent of like, oh, well, if you're not actively saying something about it, then you support it. Like, I don't believe that at all. But there's a big difference between, you know, watching something happen and then just being like, well, I don't want to say the wrong thing, so I'm gonna just keep my mouth shut. You know what I mean? Like that. There's a fundamental difference between those two things. And the left is really bad with that. Like, especially you see those college campus videos, the kids will literally say, I know the answer to this question, but I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Nuts, thank you for bringing that to my attention. People wanted the link to that clip. I stopped it because I want to watch this Ethan one. It's in your chats now. Go ahead, Jack.
Thank you, Okie Native. I asked the Democratic Party for my money back. I was assured that if Trump won, I wouldn't have to deal with the various shades of brown people, the annoying gays, and there'd be chaos in the streets. I was promised. I deserve satisfaction. Give it time, dude. Give it time.
Cybertaz, thank you. They always want
this. You want me to read that?
Would you? The orange one is always so hard.
I know. They always want this to escalate against their foes until these tactics are used against them. Then they cry as they play up the pity party and engage in a hyperbolic victimhood-seeking behavior. Half to Jack. Thank you, Cybertaz.
Thank you, sir. Well, this is another thing that I'm going to warn you guys the same way I warned you with January 6th. If anybody decides they're going to be the hero and go out there and act like this shooter and get a lefty because we deserve it, damn, it's not going to be seen the same way by the public. It is not going to be seen the same way by the media. It will be vilified the way that it should be, while the left will still not ever suffer that consequence. You're not going to win this by acting like them.
Yeah, because they have control of the media, and a lot of people can say that mainstream media is dying and all that shit, and it is, but it's still a big part of a lot of people's daily activity. Like some people don't even really pay attention to the fact that they're driving in their cars, they're just listening to the radio, or they're making breakfast in their kitchen, and they watch a TV or whatever, they hear it on the TV, and they just absorb and believe whatever they hear. And the left has a stranglehold on the media right now. So you're never going to get the justice you think you're going to get through the media. Like, it's never going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, look what happened with MSNBC. They just fired this reporter, but nobody questioned him on the air about it. Nobody said, dude, come on.
Yeah. I would like to point out that this is a bit of a redo because we did warn people the same thing about January 6th, and we got so much pushback for that, told us we were stupid, and look what happened. Look at the spin that is still happening. I mean, they just invoked January 6th again today. So you have to be very mindful of how much control these communist death cultist shitbag pedos really have.
It's kind of crazy too. That clip that everybody's talking about of the dude who got fired or whatever. Did you guys notice that the statement he made was before he realized that Charlie Kirk actually got shot? And then immediately after he said that statement, she was like, well, it's been confirmed officially that he has been shot. And he was just kind of like, oh.
Yeah, I didn't see that part of it. Because I saw it up to where she goes, it has been confirmed that he was shot, and I didn't hear after.
Yeah, he was kind of like, he had to kind of like he was kind of stuck because he was like, oh, I was just kind of talking about the violent things happening, and oh, it looks like it did. But I'm just like, you literally can't come back from that. Like, you just said it out of your mouth, and then immediately after they're like, well, guess what? It did happen.
That's part of what I'm getting at too here, is that this guy had no problem saying that out loud.
Yeah, of course.
Well, there's no consequence most of the time for it.
Now, I wanted to play this clip because of the Mangione discussion. This was put out as, it's from Yeet. He's the one that I saw it from. And like, Ethan breaks down in tears talking about Charlie Kirk, which he does. But what he says at the beginning of this, I was like, are you fucking with me right now?
Terrific. This is not, and well, like I said at the time, and people on the left were even criticizing me. They go, oh, Ethan was talking bad about Luigi. How much has he changed? That was my point. He went out and murdered this guy, right? What changed?
That's your problem with the shooting of Mangione, is that nothing changed?
Well, I mean, was that an appeal to say that it was a worthless thing to do because he didn't actually make any change?
Well, it makes it logically means that if something did change, then maybe it's okay.
Yeah, you could probably draw that logic.
That's the only other outcome there, because if your problem is that it didn't change anything, then you don't really have a problem with the death. It's that it didn't affect the change that you wanted. If it had, then fuck yeah, go ahead, kill them all.
Yeah, I could see that.
Real quick. Thank you, Okie Native. My crazy left-wing militia friend, yes, it's a real thing, visit Pacific Northwest to find them, is pissed about this. He won't shut up now how he has to deal with the FBI and ATF again because some nutbag shot another person. Yeah, well, so unfortunately, everybody gets a bad name when this type of stuff goes down, but the lefties are definitely celebrating, and they'll make a martyr out of the shooter. It's going to get ugly. I think we're going to see more of this. Unfortunately, it's going to inspire copycats and revenge, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
But just even in this case where Ethan is poo-pooing the shooting that Luigi did, it's still not for the death. It's still not for the violence.
It's not for the murder. It's to achieve the result they were hoping for.
I mean, I got pissed off at the fucking coverage of the stabbing recently too, because the chick got stabbed, she was killed, and the media came out and was not like, oh, rest in peace to this person who was killed, blah blah blah. They were just like, MAGA's using this to push their narrative that violence is a thing, and we all know that violence isn't real. And I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, I do want to be fair to Ethan and play this next little part.
Not a single fucking thing changed. That's not how we enact change. And so I wouldn't recommend watching the video.
Okay, then he starts actually talking about Charlie. So he does say that's not how we enact change. And I got to give him a little credit for that. But the shooting that Mangione did, the shooting was the problem, not the lack of change.
Yeah, that's true too. I will say, though, that, you know, and a lot of politicians, it's lip service, but we don't even really get that from the left. So, I mean, I saw Obama's post, which was pretty much, he started off his thing, well, we don't really know what the motives were, which is eyebrow raising, but, you know, he condemned it. Kamala Harris straight up condemned it. Bernie Sanders straight up condemned it. The Young Turks went even further when they came out with their video, and he condemned it, but he was like, and I'm also calling out everybody who's celebrating, and if you're throwing a party and shit about it right now, like, let this be known that I'm calling you out directly. This is completely unacceptable. So, you know, and like I said, you know, people don't like these people. I don't like none of them either. It's possibly just lip service, but you don't usually even get this much from, you know,
well, here's my problem with that, because like Gavin Newsom, he comes out with what happened to Charlie. Political violence is never okay. Anytime there is political violence against the right, if you can get them to say anything, they always do this. Like when Trump got shot, this shouldn't happen. This isn't how things are done in our country. And then literally days later, they're like, we got to stop these guys at all costs. Like, all costs?
All costs.
So they'll pay that lip service, and then they'll turn right back around with the same violent fucking rhetoric. Meanwhile, a commonly used term like something like fight like hell, they're like, this meant they wanted to overthrow the government.
Yeah.
I fucking hate our media, and you cannot hate them enough.
Nope.
No,
it's impossible.
As much as you hate them, it's a bottomless pit. You don't hate them enough because you just haven't gone down far enough.
Yeah, you don't know enough. You did, and everything you find out, there's always something worse.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's always something worse.
Real quickly, thank you, Circuit Zero. About to punch into work, so back to the beginning for me. What a fucked up day.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cirque, and I completely agree.
Again, I wasn't a Charlie fan. I used him for
criticized
content.
him on here several times.
I used to make fun of his small little face and his big ass head, and I can say that because I have a big head too.
Well, he lost a lot of weight. Did you notice that made his face look normal sized?
He really did. Because he used to have a really fat head, and I don't have a problem with people who didn't like Charlie. I don't have a problem with people who disagreed with him. I do have a problem with anybody like that fucking weird tranny, and I'm not gonna couch my language. That weird fucking tranny who said this was okay because he probably caused some trans teenagers to kill themselves.
Yeah,
that's disgusting.
The same shit with the fucking with the J.K. Rowling shit, where it's just like, yeah, well, she's basically directly involved in killing a bunch of trans people because of her views, because of the things that she thinks. She's liable for murder, and I'm just like, that's not how that works. That's never how that's worked. I don't know where the fuck y'all are getting this from.
Think about that kind of mindset where J.K. Rowling, she's responsible for hundreds, maybe thousands of deaths. Well, what would be the right thing to do with somebody like that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What do you do with a person who has that much blood on their hands? Interesting. Or if somebody tells you that that Nazis are coming to take your rights away and to kill the people that you love and care about, what's a reasonable response to that? Because most normal people will tell you, under normal circumstances, under the right context, that if Nazis are taking over, then I mean, killing them is pretty much the only choice you have. Like, they're going to do it to you first. But that's why, and this is why, if anybody ever had any confusion about this, which I'm sure nobody here has, but this is why identity politics is so important to the left.
Mm-hmm.
This is why it is so important to them, because it can literally strip people of their humanity, and you can justify anything at that point.
Yes. Real quick, Cryptic, thank you, says, I'm fucking done with the leftist violence. I don't think we're done with the leftist violence, my friend. And Ebony says, this really isn't a flattering photo of Charlie. This is actually a good photo of Charlie. He was not a photogenic man. I'm not shitting on the dead here, but I got the nicest picture I could find. He seems to be a really nice guy. I was amazed by how many people. Larry the fucking Cable Guy came out and went, man, I used to hang out with Charlie. He was a great guy.
Well, and like, I'm not one of, because I know a lot of people are just like, I was really a fan. I actually, there are very specific things that Charlie Kirk said where I'm just like, nah, bro. But for the most part, I was genuinely a fan of Charlie Kirk. Like, I liked him for the most part, because like, I feel like a lot of his debates and the stuff that whenever he was talking to somebody and he was aware that the person he was talking to was acting in good faith, like, he always treated them with respect. And there are some clips out there where he's, maybe a little snarky or saying some fucked up shit, but that's under the, under knowing that they were in bad faith, in my opinion.
Even with his snarky comments, I mean, he was never like really mean to anyone. He's not me, for fuck's sake. My problem with Charlie is I thought he made a lot of bad arguments because he'd have what he wanted to say and it didn't matter where the conversation went.
Yeah.
And it used to drive me nuts. It's like, a lot of times he missed really easy answers that should have been done, that a Shapiro would have picked up on, maybe even a Crowder would have picked up on, but both of those guys were like, I'm not doing that shit anymore. Charlie was the only one still out there doing it.
And that's not going to happen anymore.
Yeah, I don't think it will either. And it's sad because a conservative influence on our college campuses is desperately fucking needed.
Yeah.
Cybertaz, thank you. I miss the days when the worst thing an armed liberal did was make a video about being a velvet villain.
Nice reference.
And Gigi Evans, thank you so much. The pic of Charlie makes him look like a skinny John Candy. A little bit, yeah. That's kind of mean to John Candy, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I'm going to have to watch K-pop Demon Hunters twice after this shit.
I honestly, because I knew I needed to calm down before I could do a show. And I'll play a video game or something. And I could not get my mind on anything other than I'm going to fuck with people on Twitter. That's where I'm going to take my anger out. I said cunt on Twitter more today than I have the entire rest of my Twitter life.
Yeah, I had to log off, man. As soon because I was scrolling through and I just wanted to kind of see what was going on. But as soon as I saw that close-up shot, I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do this right now because I like that imagery in my head took me to some places.
By the way, this shot is not long before he was shot. This is from today. He's wearing the Freedom shirt. How fucking ironic is that? Killed for that. And look, guys, this is something I do want to talk about, that quote from Charlie that Matt was trying to shit on because he's a douchebag. Charlie was absolutely right in saying that, you know, if we have guns, there's going to be gun violence. But look at the UK. They got rid of the guns. What do they have now? They have knife violence and they have fork violence. They literally have boxes, or did for a while, where you could turn in your fucking butter knives. You can't stop the violence. Freedom is dangerous, and that doesn't mean we start stripping everybody's rights away.
And also to make that argument during a high-profile stabbing, like at the same time that's also running through the media, is just like, dude, clearly. Oh, speaking of which, did y'all see that fucking dumbass video of that fucking girl who was trying to make the argument that she was like, oh, guns don't kill people, people kill people, and then she started like, I'm just like,
I did not.
You didn't see? Oh my god! So her argument was, well, if guns kill people, guns don't kill people, people kill people. Then I guess cars don't kill people, people kill people. And she was like making all these dumb comparisons, and I'm just like, she genuinely doesn't know, because I wanted to be the person in the room to ask her, explain to me the time that you saw a gun sitting on the table and that gun got up by itself and just killed everybody in the room. Like, tell me when that happened, when there was a knife on the table and that knife just got up, started floating through the air and just flew into somebody's neck. Like, when did that happen?
It's not the weapon that your house is haunted.
Yes.
You have a poltergeist, ma'am.
Yeah, a spooky ghost did that.
And guess what? They used to be a person.
Hate fact. Hate fact.
Hypnagogic Monk, thank you so much. Are you aware someone had just asked Charlie about mass shootings when he was shot? Actually, it wasn't just about mass shootings. It was about how many trans people have committed shootings over the last, I think, 5 years or something like that is the question.
Yeah. And he was
Charlie's,
trying to compare. Yeah.
Charlie's answer was too many. And then the guy says, well, it was 5. And then he starts to ask, are you aware of how many total shootings there have been? And that's when the shot rings out. Yeah, unfortunately, I know this way more than I want to.
Yeah.
I want to highlight this cunt. He put this tweet of Charlie's up, and Charlie says, the death of the women and children in Gaza are the fault of Hamas, not Israel. Just like the deaths in Japan during World War II were the fault of Japan, not America. When a government engages in unprovoked murderous aggression, they are to blame for everything that results. True. And this piece of shit said, by the way, according to Charlie Kirk's logic, his death is his own fault, not the shooters.
That is just fucking dumb.
Well, yeah. I mean, did you see how many clips of Charlie Kirk inciting violence on people and actually being violent to people? Like, there's tons of clips out there of him physically assaulting and attacking people and oppressing people with violence.
This one pissed me off. Look, I'm not going to highlight too many of these shitbags who said horrible stuff today, but that one. Ooh. Charlie made a good point. I've made that point many times when we talk about. Actually, it's one of my favorite things to say to people on Twitter when they're bitching. The children of Gaza are suffering. Like, yeah, their parents probably shouldn't have supported terrorists.
Apparently, I got a Streamlabs donation, but I don't know how.
Oh, your link is in the links.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Frank. Says Sig Sauer have been known to fire in their own. The rest need people to control them. Like I really wish that I didn't see that clip.
What he's referring to there is the army just benched, for lack of a better word, one of the guns that they use, a Sig Sauer. I forget what one it is, because they're known to go off even if you don't pull the trigger, but they still have to be handled. They don't just go off sitting in the, like it's sitting on your desk and you walk past it and you get shot in the ass.
Yeah. Well, I just, people are so fucking stupid, man.
Yeah.
And that's the big thing too. Like the internet has really been a double-edged sword to society.
Yes.
Because like everybody had like a crazy person in their neighborhood where it was like everybody knew like that's the crazy motherfucker in the neighborhood. Like, don't talk to them. They're crazy as hell. But like now that we've got the internet now and all these fucking psychopaths can like collectively gather online and just be stupid together.
The network.
Yep.
It's insane because you were just like waterboarded with fucking stupidity every time you get online.
It used to be that the crazy takes, every once in a while the paper would print an op-ed from some lunatic and everybody would just have a laugh at it. Now they get their own websites and other fucking lunatics go find them and they, like Jack said, network. Cybertaz, thank you. Mark Hamill had a surprisingly rational take on this. I haven't seen it, but I don't give that man any fucking grace.
I don't care what Mark Hamill's take is. Fuck that dude.
I'm not any of these goddamn lefties who have been all in on their violent bullshit rhetoric. They're dehumanizing of anybody that disagrees with them. Suddenly, because a man was murdered, being like, oh, we should all just get along. Fuck all of you. Right in the ass with something hard, sharp, and pointy. Seal, thank you so much for becoming a member for month number 26. A real sad day. Yeah, it really is. This is fucking horrible.
Yeah. It's not going to help anything. People are going to get up in arms on both sides, and the shooter's going to be celebrated by the left, and it's going to radicalize a lot of people on the right.
Well, I don't want anything to happen to anybody else. But I really hope that the result of this is more people open up forums for open discussion. You know what I mean? Like I do hope that ends up being the result instead of people like resorting to violence, because what he was doing was working, and that's why he was killed, unfortunately.
I hear what you're saying, and yeah, that would be great. What I want to happen from this is the complete collapse of our legacy media. I do not want these people ever taken seriously again. I don't want any harm to come to them other than them losing their jobs. If they end up living under a fucking bridge, sucking dick for bread money, I'm okay with it. But I don't want any violence to come to them.
Fucking Twitter. I don't need to see Tariq Nasheed on my fucking.
Oh, that fucking asshole. I saw his take. Fuck that piece of shit. I'm blocked by him. I must have said something mean to him one day. And that pussy ass coward was like, mean words. But yeah, I want to see a complete overhaul. I do not want any more of the news getting away with their bullshit. I want everybody calling them out. Cryptic, thank you. I have never hated people more in my life than today, and I have a lot of liberal friends. Okay, I'm going to say something else that needs to be said. Do not let today change you in a bad way. I get what you're saying, but don't embrace the hate. Sorry for a Star Wars reference, but that's the path to the dark side. Don't become what you hate.
Yeah, that's my biggest criticism of a lot of leftist activist groups or whatever. Is just like they are literally the embodiment of the thing that they claim to be fighting against.
Mm-hmm.
Like not even just like, oh, you're contributing to no, you are literally the foundation. You are holding up the foundation of everything that you hate.
What we need is productive anger.
Yes. We need people to be upset, but we also need people to keep talking. We need people to keep speaking their mind and championing free speech, just like he did. We really don't need this to escalate any further because honestly, like I said, I like Trump and I like the stuff that he's been doing for the most part, with the exception of the Epstein stuff. I still think that shit's kind of fucking sus. But like, I don't want Trump to have any justification to do the crazy shit that people keep saying or claiming that he's going to do due to this stuff. I really don't. We don't need that. You know what I mean? We really don't. And I don't think he would, but I don't put it past nobody with that much power. You know what I mean? So
what I would like to see is Trump calling out these media organizations even more than he does. Every time they ask him a question, just blast them. I don't care if it's a legit question. I just fucking treat them like the joke that they are.
Yeah.
Real quick, Job for 9. Thank you. I have a different perspective. I think the cartel did it in an attempt to influence or intimidate Trump. The cartels don't give a shit about Charlie Kirk. Look, we'll get into conspiracy theories a little bit later, not tonight, but after this is past a few days, maybe we can play a conspiracy game if there's a reason for it. At this point, my gut feeling is this is probably a lefty. But we don't know. There are people on the right who absolutely hated Kirk, and the right has been blasting him over the Epstein things and over supporting Israel, far right. And I could see it being one of those people too. Go ahead, Jack. I'm sorry.
No problem. Thank you, Flog Trans, for the feminist donation. It's well known that at the end of each of Kirk's events, they have a public flogging of everyone who wasn't a straight white male in the audience. That wasn't what you think. That was just for sexual purposes. That was just a precursor to the orgy that followed. So don't think anything of that.
Oh, I was sent the video of the chick that guns don't kill. Yeah, fuck that idiot. I can't. I just can't.
Yeah. Look, I don't know who did this, but a lot of people are saying that this was a professional hit. It's not. A 200-yard shot with no obstructions. You don't even need to correct for wind. Just a good hunting rifle and a decent scope would do this. You don't even have to be that great of a shot. If your scope is coordinated well with your rifle, and it might have been off. You may not have been aiming for the neck. So this isn't a trained specialist or anything. This isn't a hired hit. I don't think this is just an average firearm user. You don't need to be that proficient to pull this shot off.
For me, when it comes to hired hitman kind of thing, I mean, he wasn't hit in the head or center mass. And when he's sitting flush, a shot in the neck, as horrible as it is for those of you who've seen it, you can actually, depending on where it hits you in the neck, there's a lot of places in your neck you can shoot, and it's going to hurt for a while, but you'll be all right. You might start sounding like Robert F. Kennedy, but the neck has a lot of just soft tissue in it that's not important, but it protects your spine and your jugular. Those are the two places you really have to hit if you want to kill somebody in the neck. That's not where a professional is going to aim. He's going to go for the head or the heart.
There's too much chance you're going to miss because people move a lot, but the head and the chest are way easier targets. So, yeah, this is not a professional hitter. This is just somebody that owned a rifle in a decent scope.
Did you guys see they're focusing on one of the guys standing behind Charlie Kirk now?
No.
As a possible accomplice because he was touching his ear and tipping his head, like touching the tip of his hat or whatever. They're claiming like he might have been signaling the shooter. I don't know anything about that. It sounds like people are just kind of grasping at straws or whatever, but I just saw that scrolling down Twitter. People saying like, who is this guy? We need him investigated.
Okay, this donation says Robline. I'm going to assume that's Rodline. If it's not, hi, Robline. Thank you. Horseshoe Theory in full effect. Fuentes far left. Both are calling it a Mossad operation. Can they be any more predictable? Yes. Get them alone in a room and they'll hump, and that is a guaranteed fact. Frosted, thank you. If anyone's interested, Charlie's family has a GoFundMe going. If you want to donate, just Google does this say Caffeine for Money Fund? I thought the joke was in poor taste, but not my place to question it. Oh, Caffeine for Monkey Fund.
Man.
Fucking Frosted.
Crazy.
Anyway. Man, what a day. I'm very sorry for his family, and I those poor girls, man.
Yeah, I feel bad for the kids. Ugh.
But and that's the thing that really kills me too, is like there's a bunch of targets that I think they could have gone for who may or may not have done some of the things that they claim to do, and may or may not be, like reprehensible people, or people who are disgusting, or people who justifiably have said and did some just really horrible things. But the person they went after was the most peaceful, most milquetoast person they could think of.
Yeah.
I'm just like, it's of all the targets, like they picked, but once again, like I said, it's because what he was doing was working. All these other people and they're like weird rhetoric and the bullshit that they're putting out, they're fucking, the racial fucking undertones of the crazy shit that they be saying, all these right wingers and shit. Like they could have went after them, but why go after them? Because everybody on the right who has some common sense, they openly condemn them, or they just don't pay them no mind. They're like, these people aren't important. Like, fuck what they say. So they're like, killing them won't be effective. But if we kill somebody who's bringing people together, if we take out somebody who's actually making a significant change and pulling people over to the other side, that will actually be effective.
That's why I'm leaning towards this is probably a lefty, because the Groypers are more jealous of Charlie than they were angry.
Yeah.
But again, I'm not ruling out anything until we find out who the shooter was. Thank you. I thought I refreshed this already. I already know what it says, but I want to make sure I get the name right because it was a very short one. I was able to read it. Tarkata, thank you so much. Ed Krasenstein just reported Asmongold to the FBI and Secret Service. What the fuck?
Oh yeah, because he responded to a tweet that because Krasenstein was he was doing the faux fucking empathy thing, and Asmongold was like, dude, like you were a direct contributor to this type of rhetoric or whatever, and he told him to stay safe. So because Asmongold told him to stay safe,
here's the exchange. Brian tweeted out somebody saying "fuck you" coming after you. Somebody sent that to him, and Asmon said, "You thought you were cute with the 8647 shirts and other coded calls for violence. Now it's happening to you. It's not going to stop. Now it's going to get worse, and no one should have any sympathy for you. Be safe." And hang on, I'm going to respond to this one online. You are a pussy ass bitch. There we go. Yeah, the FBI, there's nothing to see there. There's no threat against you, you piece of shit. He's just pointing out the obvious.
Yeah. Asmongold did a pretty good video earlier, if you guys haven't seen it.
I did. I saw his video earlier. Yeah. Fuck you, Krasensteins. You see, they're the kind of bitches that I'm talking about. Because these two little fuckers will put all kinds of violent, hateful rhetoric online. And then if there's some violence that happens, they're like, oh my God, I don't think we should be violent towards anybody. I believe in talking to everybody. None of them do it. None of them have conversations with anyone else. The one time we saw it was when Gavin Newsom starts his podcast. Who was his first guest? Do you guys remember?
No.
It was Charlie Kirk.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, and the tripped out part too is like, obviously, the right has been kind of, they've been pretty open about the idea that they're willing to have a discourse with whoever's willing to talk to them, which is why, that's part of the reason why Trump ended up winning the election to the extent that he did, because, he was willing to go out and talk to really anybody. And Kamala Harris wasn't able to gain any traction because she literally refused to. So like the open line of communication has been a point of contention for years. Like this is nothing new, but it's just, I don't know how much worse it's going to get before shit starts to actually, like, somebody does something, you know what I mean? Where like some actual solution comes out. But
I don't know that there is an actual solution as long as the press is in the hands of people who won't admit it, but cheer this shit on.
Yeah. And that's the worst thing too. It's like, out of all the issues that we do have, like that have things that are solvable, I don't know what we can do about the media thing. Like, I genuinely don't know how to solve this problem.
My daughter is questioning if the question being asked, this is something I did think about. I just admit this. My conspiracy brain kicked in when I saw the question that Charlie was asked when he was shot. If I'm the FBI, I look into the guy who's asking that question. It just happened to be about mass shootings and trans shooters after we had the trans shooter the other day, which Charlie went in on as you would expect him to do. And suddenly that question is asked, and that's when the shot pulls out. I'm not saying the guy was involved. I'm saying I would look. That's all.
Yeah, I'm saying that's convenient. It's very convenient timing.
Yeah. I was asked again if I'd talked about Destiny. Again, the only thing I've seen about Destiny is him agreeing with Elizabeth Warren. I haven't gone and looked. Look, Destiny's a piece of shit who he's going to use this as a way to keep people from talking about the child porn on his computer.
I think they might be talking about that post that Destiny put out. He put out a post of Charlie Kirk and said, "Who's going to do it?" It was just a picture of Charlie Kirk and him saying, "Who's going to do it?" before he got shot.
I did not see that. No.
Yeah. Essentially saying,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You said a couple of things today that were really fucking disgusting. And same with like Harry Sisson. Look, those people are complete degenerate pieces of shit. But Destiny is absolutely trying to deflect from his own problems right now. And he thinks he's being edgy, and it just makes him look even more disgusting.
And I'm going to keep reminding people that he's doing it because he has child porn on his computer and he doesn't want you talking about it. Cybertaz, thank you. This seems to have roused Jim from his anime and video-induced coma. Time for lists to cut optional spending for companies that hate us. I'm not against that. I just don't think it's going to do a whole lot, honestly. Because when it comes down to it, most people buy what they buy and they don't put a lot of thought into what the company says. It's called CSAM. No, it's child porn is what it is.
Well, that's what CSAM stands for. Child sexual.
I know what CSAM stands for, but I think calling it CSAM is like calling shell shock PTSD. You're watering it down and making it more palatable for people to feel better about it. And it normalizes it in a way. If any of these people running around now talking about how they had PTSD were like, I have shell shock, everybody would laugh at them the way you should be. Anyway, I'm not watering down that language. Actual Justice Warrior, my friend, how are you today? Anyone who does events, puts their names out there, and is cheering this is the worst kind of scum. This is everyone who does events' worst fear. Destiny put that out after to mock Chenk's nephew. Oh, okay. Yeah, I purposefully avoided Destiny today because his take after that guy got shot at the Trump rally.
Yeah.
Get fucked. Just get fucked. He's gonna do this so he does this this is how he stayed around so long with all of the controversies he's had over the years. Something will come up and he'll say something edgy, and then it's, oh, we need to have a conversation. No, fuck that. Child porn having prick.
Yeah, Destiny is another one of the irredeemables on my list of people who I'm just like I no sympathy for this person at all, like none whatsoever.
Since Sean's here, I'm just gonna straight up steal his tweet. I've talked about it a couple of times already. Where was that one? Nope, not that one. This one. I really do like what you said here, Sean, so I'm going to steal it.
It's called redistribution, monkey.
Yes, we're redistributing your tweet for my benefit. Every time I refresh, I get angrier and angrier. But I think it's important to remember that everything in Charlie's public life shows us he would call out the evil for what it is and re-engage on the battlefield of ideas in his arena, his domain, on his terms, not theirs. I've told you guys for years, don't let them turn you into them.
Mm-hmm. It's the worst thing you can do. It is the very reason why racism is not like as diminished as it could be right now.
Yeah.
And why the feminist movement ended up the way that it was, because these people are on a never-ending vengeance mission, which was bad enough, where there's just like, you know, we can't rest until we are in the position that the enemy was in. You know, we need to trade places with them, and it's our turn to make them suffer now. But now it has become a lucrative business model. So that's even more incentive for people who may not have had, you know, a mindset of even thinking about, you know, joining the feminist movement or whatever, who are just like, oh, wait, I can use this to make money. Like, let me get in on this. And you got people who have been affected by racism, at pushing and uplifting and holding up the foundation of racism that's still going on in America, directly profiting from it because, you know, why not? The fucking economy is so fucked up, it's hard to make a living. Like, why not profit off the suffering of my own people? Like, fuck it.
Oh, Al Sharpton.
Right. FB, thank you. Well, Charlie Kirk did take Hassan Piker to school in a debate about capitalism when he was first starting out. Not shocking. Hassan's a retard. Apparently, those two were supposed to have a debate in about a month, from what I read. Job for 9, thank you. This is so tragic of an event. Prayers for him and his family. He appeared to be a very classy kind of man. Look, when it comes to Charlie Kirk, I had some problems with some of the things he said from time to time, like I do with everybody. But I've never heard anybody say anything bad about this guy. We never got a leak from him that he was rubbing people's asses when they were sleeping or anything like that you get from a lot of influencers. He seems like he was a nice guy. And that just makes it even more tragic. It wouldn't be okay if he, you know, it's not okay to murder ever. But of all the people, Charlie Kirk. But again, it's because he's effective. Yeah. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, you went after the most
kill him if it wasn't working.
Yeah, you went after the milquetoast moderate who talks to people. You're kind of a douchebag.
Yep. Murder's bad, okay? Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Don't murder, Monkey 2025.
That's right. I'm going to take a hard stand right there.
Yeah, you and your hard anti-murder stance. Look at you, you monster. Yeah, it's easy to give in to hate, you guys. It's a lot harder to overcome it and take the higher ground. I'm not saying there won't be retaliations. There will be, but don't put yourself in that situation. We can't stoop to their level is the same mindset that allowed these shitbags to get this far. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not. Stooping to their level that has given them the reason to go, look what they did on January 6th, and keep excusing all the violence that they get away with.
Yeah, it's called a cycle for a reason, guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's called a cycle for a reason. These patterns and the shit that keeps going on or whatever, this tit for tat shit, like that's the reason. Somebody has to end the cycle. Somebody has to.
In a just world, if somebody does something horrible to you, you do something horrible to them, and then they realize they shouldn't do horrible things. But that's fucking Hollywood, not the real world.
Yeah, it's not how it works, man.
Yeah,
It's all fairy tale bullshit.
Bad people don't think they're bad people. They all think they're doing the right thing. And you see this a lot with the moral righteous types. They will never let you alone. So that they always will justify their actions. And they will continue to do that because they're bad people. That's what evil does. But there's other ways of fighting back.
And I've always said that there's a fundamental difference between a person who does something bad out of necessity, or they do something bad out of, a variety of the different things in the world that can put somebody in a bad spot to make them do something bad, and a person who truly believes that they are so good that nothing they could do could possibly be bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like
also calls for violence,
significantly more dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah.
What paper, Jack?
Said calls for violence are against terms of service. So there's that too.
Yeah, for me, look, I'm somebody who believes there is a time for violence. I absolutely do. I'm not saying it's now, but if somebody is threatening you and you take care of them, that's one thing. What you're talking about here is like, what is the answer? Who is it that you think should be shot because Charlie was? You want to take their terms, right? Who should we shoot?
Well, for starters, the person who shot him. But outside of that,
exactly, the guy who shot him, he is the one that deserves to die for this.
Exactly. Outside of that, nobody else.
For the record, I want him executed judicially. I want him found guilty, and I want them to put him in front of the firing squad, and I want them to shoot him in the stomach.
I want it televised.
Yes, absolutely. But I don't want it a center mass shot. I want it in the stomach because I want him to suffer. Fuck whoever this guy is. Don't turn into them. Is your problem with violence or is your problem with them winning? Because those are two separate subjects, and how you react should matter.
And that's go ahead.
Maybe you and I just have different values, and that's fine. But that's what I'm saying. Don't let it change you. If that's just who you are, that's who you are.
So I was about to say that's. Oh, go ahead.
Don't try to excuse it by they did it. No, that's just who you are.
Yeah. Well, I was about to say that's a big one too, because a lot of these activist groups will tell you like, oh, we're against this and we're against that or whatever. And I'm like, if you pay attention to what's going on, they aren't, nor have they ever been against the thing that they claim to be against.
No,
they're just against it happening under the context that it happened in.
Well, it's the commie mantra of no bad tactics, only bad targets.
Exactly. And some people, like, there's some people who have opinions about things where they're just like, I don't think I support this. And then you'll be like, well, what about this? And they're like, well, okay, with the context being a little bit different, then the situation is a bit more complicated. Like, I won't say I support it, but like this changes things a little bit. And there's a difference between that and somebody saying, oh, I don't support this thing. It is horrible. And any human being who ever does it is evil. And they're just like, okay, well, this happened in this context. And they're like, oh, I completely support it in this case. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on.
Well,
hold on.
Oddly enough, when Dukakis loses the presidency, there's three things that do it. There's Willie Horton. There's the photo of him in the tank. And then there's his debate answer, which he really shouldn't have got shit for. He was anti-death penalty. And in the debate, they asked him, if your wife and daughter were raped and murdered, would you support the death penalty for them? And he's like, well, no. Because I'm against the death penalty. And everybody's like, you pussy ass bitch. He actually got shit for not being a hypocrite. It's a weird event in American history.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad Dukakis lost because he was a shitbag, but I mean, he stuck to his guns and was punished for it.
Yeah, I've said several times on many occasions that there is a fundamental difference between principles and beliefs. And when you have a principle, it's something that you believe in regardless of the circumstance. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, this is something that I stand on, and the situation being slightly different, but like, and even beliefs like is kind of a stretch to use in that context, because most of these people don't even believe the shit that they push. They just say it because it's the right thing to say. Like, somebody told me that I'm supposed to say this, so I'm saying it right now. But tomorrow, if that changes, then I'm team whatever the fuck I'm supposed to be now.
Maniac Man, I'm not saying that there should be no repercussions for this. I'm saying just don't turn into them. You're right. There are ways to legitimately go after them, and that the right often does nothing. Yes, do something.
Just don't let the hate consume you.
Don't let it change you into them is our point. And he did say that he understands what we're saying, but sorry, somebody else said that. My bad. But it's not that you can't have a reaction to this. We dodged the bullet by not voting into caucus. True. I mean,
big time.
If you think prisons are easy to get out of now, he just let people walk out. Fuck.
Yeah.
Fucking Willie Horton.
There's a Fox News clip of John Solomon, I think it is, talking about some new intel. It's like 38 seconds. Do you want to watch it?
Yeah, where's it at?
It's in the side chat. It's the last link.
God damn, man. 31. That shit's crazy.
31.
I know. Makes me feel kind of old because,
Jack,
you just think of how young that really is.
You are kind of old, my friend.
I'm very old now. It's all downhill from here.
I am I'm starting my second half century here, so not a spring chicken anymore. All right, let's see.
We all lost, no matter what side of the political aisle you're on, we lost something important in America today. But the case goes on, the investigation goes on. There's a lot of piecing of evidence together. We don't have a shooter tonight. We have a couple leads, a couple people that were released that probably aren't the shooter. There's a couple hot leads. There's a little bit of foreign intelligence. And I think over the next couple of days, we'll learn a lot more, and hopefully we will.
You know what? That's what we should do. Instead of us, having, a firing squad in Utah there, when we catch this guy, send him to Israel. Let them deal with him.
Oh, send him to Egypt and tell the Egyptians that he's a pedo. They'll cut his balls off and his wiener.
The Israelis like Charlie like them. They'll take care of this shit.
Yeah.
They can strap his ass to a bomb that they're going to drop on Gaza.
Well, he said we've got foreign intel, which means they've got the Five Eyes program in effect.
Yep.
Looking for this person. So you're talking about the British, the Israelis, and probably half a dozen other pretty competent intelligence agencies to snoop on Americans to find out what's going on. And they have some really interesting programs that they can use to track information down. So this guy had a phone. He's probably going to get caught.
We can handle our own business thing. No. I like the irony of letting the Jews do it.
Bring to justice the evil person who did what they did to Charlie today.
Yeah. I was hoping for more of an update, but that's at least something. I mean,
the fact that they've got foreign intel agencies helping us out is a pretty remarkable thing, because that's not typical in these, kind of shootings.
This is kind of what I was talking about earlier about how well liked this guy was. There are foreign dignitaries that were commenting on this and how tragic it was. Did you meet Charlie?
A lot of his most popular clips are him in places like the UK and stuff like that, having these debates and these open forums.
Yeah.
So,
and the Yankees even did a moment of silence for him at the beginning of their game, and they're notoriously left wing. A lot of people didn't like Charlie, but they respected him.
Yeah.
So he had a lot of influence, and this has really upset quite a lot of people. And Trump was friends with him, so I bet Trump probably called some people and said, "Hey, can you help us out on this?" And I have no doubt the Mossad were really eager to help out, because he was a big supporter of Israel.
Yep. Thank you, Michael. Morning, guys. Sorry I'm late. I was truly sad to hear this news today. The video was gruesome. Turning Point USA was a big part of my political activation, as it were. Hope you guys are okay. Godspeed. To you as well, my friend.
Absolutely.
Yeah, look, even with a really horrible pain day like I had today, I feel stupid complaining about that.
And going forward, like regardless of, and this feels weird to say because honestly, there's not really. You'd be hard pressed. Somebody please correct me. Like, there's a bunch of people in the chat. If you know of anybody, let me know. But like anybody who champions free speech and opens up a forum for open dialogue should be championed regardless of what their views are, because it's not really about their views. Like it's not about what they believe in. It's about the fact that they're willing to openly put them out into the world and openly discuss them and have them tested against other people's views. That's the most important part. Now, like I said, I'm trying to actively think of like a prominent left winger that like openly advocates for free speech.
Honestly, debates, it's kind of hard.
I'm trying my best to think of somebody, because I know a bunch of prominent left wingers who do engage with right wingers, but they're not proponents of free speech, so to speak. They're just trying to get their point across. But they would shut down that other person politically and kill their voices if they could.
Well, I've even seen it when they do have debates. If the other person is not finally agreeing with them, they'll just shut off their mic.
Yeah, or
kick
leave
them off the show.
Whatever.
Yeah. I do have a lot of respect for Charlie. Like I said, he was the first guest on Newsom's podcast.
Oh, Bill Maher. Well, do people? Maybe, but I think Bill Maher might be a good candidate for that.
For what?
For a left-leaning person who is open to, or like publicly open to free speech and dialogue.
Yeah, I mean, he got away from it for a while, but he's really come back to it in the last several years. So I'm still skeptical of him. And he is still really, really left wing. But yeah, he has all kinds of people on his show that he clearly disagrees with.
Yeah, especially lately.
Yeah, and his argument is just we should be able to talk. And I am because he's still in the middle of his season right now. So I'm curious to see how he handles this on Friday. Because I'm pretty sure Charlie Kirk has been on his show.
Real fast. Thank you, Eagle, because it's a sad day. Yeah, man, I completely agree. But thank you very much. Yeah, I feel so bad for his family.
Mm-hmm. Stevie says Bill Maher was okay with the woke stuff for many years. Then he flipped. I'm fine with people who are for woke stuff, as long as we can have the conversation. Bill Maher, when he kissed the ring for saying house nig, I mean, this is a guy who would always, no matter what you thought of Bill Maher, free speech, free speech, free speech. And in this case, he's like, I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, the whole "that's not your word to say," and
yeah,
that was a big whole.
And he did. He's still far left. Even when he's bashing the left, he finds reasons to bash on Trump that don't make. They're forced jokes and they're so transparent. It's just so his audience will clap. But for the most part, I would agree with you. He's probably the closest the left has to a free speech advocate.
Mm-hmm.
Officer Buck, thank you. This was my monkey moment. 1 minute, I'm watching a short of Charlie. I go to sleep for an hour, and then I wake up to the news.
Damn.
No, so this is your fault.
I didn't sleep this time.
Not you, him.
Officer Buck, that was you.
Fuck, man.
See, this is why I don't sleep.
You don't have my power.
No, I'm afraid of Freddy Krueger too. So
he said he'd vote Newsom for fuck's sake. Again, I don't have a look. I think people who voted for Kamala are retarded, but I don't have a problem with them voting for Kamala. I just think they're retarded for it.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're advocating for actual illegal shit, I don't really have a problem with you having a disagreement with me. I will fight my side of it tooth and nail, but I don't think you should be shut down or that you're a bad person necessarily, unless you're Hunter Avalone and you think pedos should be normalized.
Yeah, that's weird. No, it's just words, though. People say words.
Yeah,
you give them power by putting this much strength into them. You know, it's not a magical incantation when someone speaks. Magic's not real.
Frankly, I like when people. Do you guys do realize that my entire career here on YouTube is based on me responding to what other people say?
Mm-hmm.
And very rarely is it agreement. It's me disagreeing with what people say. I like even people that I think are really dumb. I like that they have the ability to speak, partially because I get to look much smarter talking about them.
Well, you talk to a lot of retards, to be fair.
I do. So many retards. Oh, all right, guys. I think I'm going to wrap this one up. Is there anything nice we can talk about before we end this?
Probably not.
Go watch K-pop Demon Hunters. Is good.
Did you play the new update, the cartel update in Schedule 1, Satsu?
I did.
How was it? I haven't played it yet.
It's all right. Like the way that they implemented it is kind of puts you in a spot where you're just like, okay, now I got to deal with this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As opposed to like, oh, this is a new feature that's fun that I enjoy. It's like, oh shit, like now I got to deal with this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's fine. I do like the element of like the cartel can like sneak up on you and interrupt your deals. They can rob your dealers and take stuff from them. You know, that type of stuff is cool. But the fact of the matter is they created basically an A or B scenario for the game, but there's only really one scenario. So if you choose to side with them, then that's it. Like essentially the gameplay loop ends there.
Oh,
because you just have to give them product for an indefinite amount of time, and that's it. Like that, there's nothing else beyond that. You can't progress any type of story. You're just their bitch now, and you have to like do their bidding. And I'm just like, that's kind of underwhelming. Like you should have, but if you go against them and you decide not to also give them product, then the story progresses and like there's like an end game or whatever. And I'm just like, I don't really like the way you did that. There should have been some kind of progression to, you know, whether you decided to work with them or not, you know, to make it make sense. But yeah, it seemed like it's like they didn't account for that because they're like, who the fuck's gonna want to work with the cartel? It's like, well, some people might, like maybe they want to play that way. And that's what I was thinking. I'm like, okay, well, my first playthrough, I'm going to cooperate with the cartel and then see what happens. And then my next playthrough, I'll go against them. But no, if you cooperate with the cartel, the game basically ends there. Like you're now at the end game.
Huh.
And I'm just like, that kind of sucks.
Thank you, Hunter Cry Alone. I see people living in the inner city and it makes me sad. I'm like, hey, man, this isn't a way to live. Sadly, that is about as deep as Hunter gets. Evolved, thank you so much. Something nice is the people of Nepal had a problem with their corrupt communist government and did some stuff. The last straw was a social media ban. So hopefully that scares a bunch of other countries like my own to not do that. Good luck with that. The problem is it does take people standing up. I'm not very familiar with what went on. You told me just briefly, Jack, before the show.
Yeah.
But
they burned down the parliament building. Politicians are fleeing in helicopters. It's a whole mess. What the mainstream media leaves out of that, though, is that they have a very communist government.
Yeah.
I wasn't joking about the K-pop Demon Hunter thing, though. I see some people commenting on it in chat. It's one of the best. It has probably the best soundtrack of any movie to come out in God knows how long. But besides that, you know.
Well, I think that's actually a good topic to end on here.
Mm-hmm.
What I know you've already given that one. What other things could you offer people besides the kitty cats? By the way, I forget who sent these to me. Let me switch this so I can pull it up and not dogs. It was Burned at the Stake. Thank you for all the kitten pictures today. I'm of all of the days that I've needed them, today was one of those days. But things you can do to get out of the negative mindset that I think this has put so many people in.
Mm-hmm.
For me, after the show, after I'm done talking with these guys, I'm going to throw on a video game, and on my other screen, I'm going to go rewatch Patrice O'Neal's stand-up that you can watch on YouTube, the full one, Elephant Laugh.
You guys or me?
Did we lose him?
I think we lost him. Real quick while he's out doing something. Thank you, Evil One. We'll be sending you and Monkey all 20 cat photos. Oh, cool. Thank you. That was very generous, man. Thank you. You guys have been very generous tonight. Really
Indeed.
appreciate it.
Thank you, Frosted. We almost lost Charlie and Greta in the same week.
Oh my God. Did you see the footage of them trying to shoot a flare off?
No.
That's what their attack on their boat was. Somebody fired a flare and it landed on their own boat.
Jesus.
Probably intentionally.
Thank you, Michael. Everyone go watch Freerun Beyond
Freerun.
Journeys. What is it?
Freerun Beyond Journeys In.
All right, there you go.
It is it's a very slow burn anime, but one of the best shows I've seen in quite a long time. It's got a very compelling story that kind of explores the idea of a being that lives significantly longer than everyone else, because the main character is an elf and she lives for upwards of 1,000 years and everybody around her doesn't. So it's kind of this idea of what it's like, how that person experiences empathy and connects with people living so long. It's fucking excellent. But it is a slow burn.
Here's the thing. I'm going to recommend people not watch that today, because that sounds like it's got some deep shit in it. And you should go watch something that makes you laugh, something you don't have to think about too hard.
Mm-hmm.
Go hang out with your family. Do something that's not deep.
Allow me to make a suggestion. I just watched Bikini Car Wash Company.
There you go.
It has a lot of boobies, like a lot. And I'm about to watch PMS Cop.
I'm sorry. Did you say PMS Cop?
Yep. It's a police officer who goes a little crazy and kills a clown rapist. So she gets put on this medication that's supposed to help her PMS. And it goes horribly wrong. And then it turns into like a maniac cop storyline. And I'm really excited because I just got it in the mail the other day. And I've been looking forward to watching it. It's
to get past
low
the
budget too.
To get past the Charlie Kirk stuff, I'm going to recommend against watching a movie about people being shot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
But it's PMS Cop. I mean, you could watch Bikini Car Wash Company because they wash cars and pull their boobies out a lot.
go watch Scary Movie. Go watch something silly. But on that note, guys, in all seriousness, heart out to the family. God, fuck. And I hope they catch this guy, and I hope he suffers greatly for the rest of his miserable life.
Yeah.
Thoughts
and prayers out.
Go ahead, bud.
Also thoughts and prayers out to the people at Evergreen High School in Colorado, where there was a school shooting today and 3 people died.
Damn.
So don't want to overlook that tragedy. But there is still good in the world. We still have kittens and puppies and foxes and honey badgers. So the world's not entirely dark, you guys.
Aaron asks, white chicks. I mean, white chicks will do in a pinch, but if you're going to watch a Wayans movie, either go Scary Movie or go watch Don't Be a Menace, because those are the best of them.
Is it wrong that I found the ghost chick in The Grudge really hot?
No. I mean, she just needed a bath, really.
She's a little pale. Yeah, she looked hot.
Yeah. Anything you guys want to add before I do the actual wrap up?
I got some stuff I can chill.
Oh, I will give you a chance to shill.
Okay.
All
Other
right,
than that, nah.
On that note, guys, thanks for coming out and joining us. This was not a fun one. Great people, and I love these guys, and I'm glad it was them here talking with me. This is one of those, if I had to do it alone, God, it would have been depressing.
Mhm.
But thank you for the donations. You guys are so very kind. Jack, anything you want to show?
I'll drop some links to some cool videos. As always, thank you guys so much for watching and supporting the channel like you do. Thanks for all the donations. And we'll get through this, guys. It's a rough day, but it's not the end of the world.
Jacoby, the best place to send me cat and dog stuff is on Twitter. Just DM me. If I'm not following you, tag me in a message and I'll follow you so you can DM them to me. Satsu, anything you want to show?
Well, as you guys know, I run a business selling spice blends, and that's still a thing that's going on. We got an Etsy store now, which is a little less relevant than actually going to my website, which I linked on there. If you guys want to try out my spice blends, lots of people in this chat have tried it and they enjoyed it. So you can check out my website to get them directly from there. I also have a GoFundMe going on too, because I have an event going on at a mall that's close by me where I will be putting up a stand to sell my spices there. And I want to make sure that I'm prepared and got all the stuff that I need. Completely optional. But if you guys want to support me and make sure that I'm able to get out there and do a good showing and sell as many spices as I can, you guys can help out with the GoFundMe. But like I said, completely, totally optional. My mom was just like, you should make a GoFundMe. And I'm just like, but I did it. So if you guys want to, that's totally fine. But yeah, thank you for the support for everybody who's tried and bought my spices. I enjoy seeing you guys' pictures and stuff of the food that you've been making with it. And we've come a long way. So it's been pretty awesome.
Have you thought about making your own coffee? That seems to be what YouTubers are supposed to do.
Yeah. I don't think I'm right-wing enough to make my own coffee.
Make anime coffee.
Coffee.
And the packages, they come and they just look like oversized titties.
That would probably be pretty effective, I think.
That would sell like hotcakes. That's $1 billion idea I just gave you.
That would sell like titties.
That would sell like
Coffee
titties.
Coffee.
Call it what?
Coffee like coffee instead of coffee brand coffee.
Anyway, on that one, guys, we're going to wrap up. Satsu, a pleasure, my friend. It's been way too long since you've been over here.
Yeah, I might actually petition to make more appearances in the near future.
Anytime, just let me know. And Jack, a pleasure as always, my friend.
I'm always glad to be here.
I was thinking just a second ago that it didn't seem right to do a song tonight, but this is something when tragedy strikes, you'll find if you go through it enough. Keep your life as normal as possible. And on that note, guys, take care of yourselves. We love you. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Here's a song about my wiener.
Oh, God.